Really, Dwayne? Hey, everybody, we're back. Episode 6.
You don't get to know the joke, though.
No, I don't. I missed it. Okay, episode 6.
No, I meant the audience.
Oh, me. Okay, I thought you meant me.
Either of them.
Dwayne just made a gross sound right before we started.
Yeah. Episode 6 of Pirates of the Lost Fleet. Welcome back, everybody.
Hooray.
Thanks for having us. This is
Thanks,
nice
Chelsea. You're the
place to
best.
be on a Sunday evening.
Totally. My abode here in Gavin's office. Yeah. So we had a bit of a
Abode.
Kind of like a
abode.
bedroom.
It's kind of like a bed. We're actually just all sitting crisscross applesauce on my bed.
Nice.
Oh,
That's a huge bed.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a California king.
California kink.
Kink. I mean, anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah, so Tash is here.
What?
And Tash wasn't supposed to be here, hence the ending of last one.
Tricked ya.
So anyway, pivot. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. So Russ.
Wait,
sorry,
I have
there's stuff
something
to add.
I have something to
Please
add.
do.
Gavin's going to say something.
It's really important.
Excuse me.
Morrow is level 8.
Oh yeah, everyone's level.
We leveled up.
Thank you,
cool.
Maro. Did Maro get anything?
He did. He was able either to take a feat or an attribute
Or
increase.
a paw.
Yes. A paw or an attribute increase. And he actually decided to take the attribute increase.
Nice.
I feel like because he's already relatively well stacked in like the feet sort of stuff, I more just didn't want to the paw, and I didn't want to confuse Gavin.
Sweet.
So
Like the third person didn't
yeah,
want to.
I know it's complicated in here.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
keeping up. Yeah.
And so he got ability score increase and some new spells, nothing crazy, but 2 more spells, and then health, of course.
Cool.
So a little bit of spell. He's better. His spell save increased. Which I'm
Nice.
stoked
Oh, it
on.
gleeked everywhere.
Might gross.
Ew.
Tash spit on me.
Ew.
No, look,
It's
all over the
everywhere.
card. You can
It's
feel the
romantic.
Kind of hot, really.
It's because of the semen joke, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
What did Eldrick get?
Hit points and ability score improvement, which I took over. I think I took some Constitution on that. Maybe one more to bump my Charisma. Yeah, I did that. And I got like one more spell.
Something Eldrick doesn't have is a pulse.
He doesn't get any of that until he wakes up. If he wakes up right now, he's still level 7, I guess.
Yeah.
He's taking a long rest.
It's a real long.
A long dirt rest.
Might be very long.
Yeah. How'd Sue do?
Sue didn't do well. He like I went into
The internet?
yeah, and the internet took away it took away armor points, armor class points.
How did your AC go down?
I don't I don't know.
Did you
Is
take
your-
off your armor?
Is your
I-
armor still... Are you still wearing your armor?
Yeah.
I'm frantically going to your character right now.
Well, so here's the thing.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, let's set the record straight.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not sure what I did.
Okay.
So like I tried to level up, but I wasn't sure. So I tried to go from like, cause he's like level 6, he was level 5 ranger. He was a level 6 ranger, and then he had one level of rogue last time.
Yeah.
And then I tried to see if level 7 ranger would be like better or worse or whatever, and what I got and whatever. And then I reverted it in some way. And then when I tried to go to level 2 rogue and not level 7 ranger to get a level 8 or whatever, somehow my armor class,
What was your AC before?
that's hard to say.
So
17.
It's a 16. Oh, weird. Yeah.
I know.
Why did it go down?
I don't know. I touched something.
You did. I'm...
Yeah, he's wearing his armor. I'm looking at his
yeah, I
character
am
sheet
too.
Oh, you can all look at my character sheet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why not? We're on
that's
D&D
cool.
Beyond.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough to do that. Sorry. I feel exposed. I'm a method actor.
I just wanted to see if your armor you weren't wearing it or something.
I don't know. I touched stuff.
I'm just wondering if it did it go
Decrease
down
your
from
dex or
last
something?
week, or did it go
Yeah.
down from when you were okay?
I was moving things around.
Okay.
I was monkey fucking with things, and the next thing you know, my armor class went down. And I'm like, ooh. And then some of my proficiencies went
Monkey
down
fucking.
too.
Never heard that.
Well, I'm just like, it's like kind of like monkey wrenching. I meant monkey wrenching. It's way
He
different.
was monkey fucking, and then something bad happened. Go figure.
Weird. I think that was the beginning of 28 Days Later.
If it genuinely just like went down, I'm happy for your AC to be 17 and we can figure out
mine did that too.
Oh,
Mine did that.
mine too.
definitely.
Yeah.
Mine did that. I was an AC.
Mine was
19 to be
I
definitely
only
18.
believe Dwayne.
Plus shields. I have
Dwayne, I'm
3
happy
shields.
for your AC to be 17. We can figure it out
I
later.
have Brook shields.
Let's just do a manual override on that.
I don't know how
Did
to
you get
do that.
anything? I can do it right now and then just write it on your paper.
Okay, that's
Yeah, just
great.
use a sharp.
Or are you running it off your laptop? Okay, perfect.
yeah,
Override.
Override.
17.
17.
Don't forget to
Enter.
refresh. Maybe you just didn't refresh your page.
Well, let me try. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, refresh.
Oh no, it's all gone. Oh no, hang on. It's coming back.
It's gone even lower.
There we go.
Just keeps punishing you every time you refresh.
Your AC should say 17
Sorry,
now.
what's the password to get in again?
Say it out loud.
Out loud on mic.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Swordfish.
Whoa, that's
doesn't
mine.
Okay, there we go. You are up. But did you get anything else good or?
Oh, yeah, I got lots of really good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Darvin. Darvin do.
I mean, I multi-classed. I went into a fighter.
What?
I went into a fighter as well.
Wow, barbarian.
Well, and the
fighter.
reason I went into fighter is because I wanted to get second wind. Because I've noticed, I'm not sure if you guys noticed this, but I fight a lot of ships. And if a ship ever fights back,
Right.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
lose. I'm gonna lose a lot of hit points. So I want that second wind to bump me up again. Other than that, I didn't really get anything. Obviously my hit points went up. I'm up to 60 now, which is pretty good.
60 for a barbarian?
Pretty low, I know.
That's quite low.
Wow.
But his rolls were pretty.
You should see my stats.
Lovingly,
My
his
stats are like
stats are-
terrible.
I was wondering why
Negative
Sue is
constitution.
such a beefy. Anyway.
Yeah, I have
okay.
a +0 in Constitution. It's great.
Oh yeah.
That'll do it.
yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah, no, my hit points are pretty bad. But anyway, so yeah, I did the fighter class, and I think I'm going to continue. If we go up another level, I'll continue into the fighter class just to see what happens, because I haven't done that before. So
Totally.
Cool.
that's what I'm doing.
Nice.
How'd Warbles do?
Warbles, similar as the captain, just took some ability score improvements, got a little bit better AC as a result, and was able to also squeak out a little bit of an increase in their. It's not a spell save DC for a monk. I don't know what it is, but whatever they do to make people fall off boats.
Their
Key.
key save.
Yeah, their key save DC.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I didn't get anything.
Aww. You can have 2 stickers.
Yeah.
Speaking of stickers,
Oh. Yeah, we have one of our sponsors to thank, who's been sponsoring the show so far for this campaign. It's been great. We've had UFF and Sticker Co, and I'm going to do a little ad read for them.
Now, Sticker Co, that's
Machine.
the guy that
Sticker Machine.
when I did the Brazilian.
Sticker Machine.
.co.
Sticker
Dot
Machine.
co.
That's what I said.
You did a Brazilian
With those stickers.
on yourself?
No, he did a Brazilian on me with the stickers.
Wait, hold on. We had an earlier conversation about TikTok too, and we were going to paint Tasha's nipples on TikTok because it
Yeah.
keeps coming up. What if we
Wait, what
first
keeps coming
wax the hair on his nipples with the sticker
stickers.
machine?
With the sticker machine stickers.
I have a bit of an adhesion sensitivity.
Perfect.
Adhesive
That'll-
sensitivity.
yeah.
and
Yeah, that'll
it
help.
might,
If we get to 100 people on the Discord,
Oh.
we will.
No, I already said I'm going to cold
So
plunge
share with
with
your
my
friends.
No, it sounds like
Banana
a
hammock.
commitment thing
No,
opposed
budgie
to like an
smugglers.
adhesion thing.
yeah.
Is it an allergy
Okay,
or
what
is
if we
it
get
just
to
like an
150?
aversion?
sensitive.
101.
I'm sensitive, okay?
You're better at bargaining than me, I
Especially
think.
my nipples.
Yeah, it's pretty okay. So anyway,
Sticker Machine.
Speaking of my nipples.
Sticker Machine is our lovely sponsor. Got a logo, a doodle, a picture of your cat dressed as a wizard. Turn it into a sticker. Upload it to stickermachine.co and boom. Did we mention free shipping? Yes, that's right. We don't believe in shipping fees, just pure, unadulterated stickiness. And because we like you, use code STICKY20. That's STICKY20 at checkout for 20% off. Sticker Machine. Slap some personality on it.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Wait a sec. Did it say you could send a picture to turn into a sticker?
You can send like a picture.
So if I send in a picture of my nipples, I could get
Yeah, you could
nipple
do
stickers?
we could do like nippleception. We could have a
Nipple
sticker on
stickers.
the nipple getting pulled. Yeah, there's layers to this.
Yeah.
I left to blow my nose and I came back to nipple session.
Oh,
I can't say the word.
Yeah.
You put blowing your nose?
Came back to nipple
I went
Wow.
to blow my nose.
Oh, blow your nose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, Chelsea's jacked. Let's do this.
Had to
Adventurers, grab your weapons. But first, kiss your kin. The wilds call, a timeless brawl. Now we roll for initiative. Good and evil fighting for the win. Crit and fumble, critical hit or just a fucking fumble. Cast thine eye on the rolling die. Legends rise on its battle cry. Time to rumble, crit and fumble. Critical hit or just another fumble. War is waged on the table stage. Untold sagas of an ancient age. Crit and fumble.
Dun, dun.
Meep, meep.
All right. When last we left off, you had rescued Eldrick from the grasp of the Iron Quill fleet. After he learned some valuable information, which he shared with you.
Wait, what valuable information did he learn?
I think we rescued her. from Eldrick.
Probably.
They were developing a relationship.
Next time, can I be Maro?
I was joking.
You had rescued him. You had learned some valuable information. You had returned to your ship, mop in hand, and decided to rest in this sort of safe harbor. And Eldrick, you had gone to the upper deck to commune with your patron. And try to sort of feed into I was going to say a nearby storm, but in fact there wasn't a storm nearby, and instead you still felt that call. However, as you fed your magic into it, your patron was asking too much, so you tried to pull back, and when you did, you were seemingly punished for it. Morrow had followed Eldrick and watched as it appeared that Eldrick was electrocuted repeatedly, and as you reached for him, he collapsed in your arms. And as you attempted to heal him, you found that there was nothing to heal. Eldrick was lifeless.
Oof. Do I have to roll a death save?
Well, see you later, Tash.
Yeah. Good session, Tash. Is that where we're picking it up?
That is where we were picking it up.
Oh, dang. I should change the music to something more dark.
No pressure. Hey?
Yeah.
He's just dead.
Melancholy related. Oh, Jesus. I think, like, if I remember that scene correctly, I was running towards him just as this was happening. I could see him starting to fade away, and Morrow runs up to him and tries to, like, wrap his arms around him and grasp him, like, catch him and pull him away from whatever this is.
Yeah.
And just as he's, like, arms are coming around him, his body just drops
That's
to
right,
Morrow's
yeah.
feet, and he, like, does, like, healing words, like, at time after time after time, and he's panicking. And then now he's, like, got Eldrick. You know, I mean, he's a big guy, so he's not cradled, but he's got him, like, in his arms, trying to figure out what to do, and he just, like, lets out, like, this cry that the rest of the crew would hear.
Yes.
And he's just, like, he's calling for, remind me her name?
Lyria.
Lyria, I was going to say Thal. Lyria, and, like, just beckoning her to the upper deck.
Wonderful. You all hear a shout or a cry let out by the person you recognize to be your captain up on deck.
I grab my mop and I get running up there.
You grab your mop. Nice. As soon as I see Darvin, I mean, you would see us, and I'm just looking at him blank face. I'm like, I don't know what. He was on the edge. It was the energy. It overtook him. I don't know what to do.
Was it? Did the fucking Iron Quills do this? Did they put something in him? What's going on, man?
No, his ability to summon the energy of the storms it turned on him. I've seen him do this before, but never has it gone the other way.
Oh my God, Captain! What do we do?
And he calls out to Lyria again.
Yeah.
Lyria!
What do the rest of you do?
Sue would come running upstairs. He'd be covered in flour trying to clean up this sticky mess that's been left in his kitchen.
Oh, no.
Well, because it's like the flour. It would be like,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Definitely.
Just a flowery mess, I'd like to
it
say
kind
I
of turned to like
described.
dough, right? It's
Oh
disgusting.
no.
Yeah, Warbles would probably be right behind Sue as well.
Same sort of consistency, I'm assuming.
Is the dough.
Oh, wow. All right.
And some of the crew, some of the rest of the crew come up as well. Alar is up in the rigging and comes down. Thal is not far behind Darvin. Finnan is up there pretty quickly as well. No Lyria right now.
The fucking hell's Lyria?
Where is Lyria?
I go running to look for her.
Fantastic. You find her. She's asleep.
I grab her to wake her, but not to hurt her. I'm not like a mean person that way, but I'm I'm just panicking because my friend just died.
Yeah. And she's stunned and what is it?
Come on, Eldrick, he's down. Let's go.
She races over to her brewing stand, and she starts grabbing things, and she says, "What is it? Is he cut? Is he?"
I don't know. Just come on, let's go.
She races upstairs with what you would recognize to be her healing kit.
I'm just panicked, so I'm not communicating well.
Totally, yeah. So she just grabbed like her generic healer's kit, and she races upstairs, and she comes up to you, Morrow, and she says, "Oh, put him down. Let me take a look."
Morrow does. Kind of lays him out.
Fantastic.
Tells
yeah.
her what happened.
And she starts checking, and she says, "He's gone?
No, he's not.
I don't understand. He just dropped?"
It was the energy. It turned on him. I tried to grab him, and he collapsed just before I could get my hands around him to pull him away. I've never seen it before. We've seen him use this energy, this power before, but not like this.
She takes a moment and she's staring down at Eldrick, and she moves his hair out of his face and puts her hand on his chest, and she seems to be thinking. And then she has a decisive nod and she looks up at Sue and she says, "Sue, I need you to go downstairs and you're going to dig through the cabinet beside my brewing station. I need you to bring me everything you find in there."
Okay, Sue runs down there.
Fantastic. Yeah, you find a chest, and in there you find a small bag with what you recognize to be healing potions. You find a couple of candles, and you find what looks like a wooden bowl stained with a dark red, as well as a very sharp dagger.
Okay. Sue also looks around her cabin. Does he find a shawl in there at any point? Like he's like, anything covered with flour?
Roll me an investigation if he's looking around.
18 on the dice.
Yeah.
18. You find a lovely green cloak. No shawl.
God damn it. Anyway, he runs back upstairs.
Hurry up!
Wait. He's gonna go to
What
his
took you
fridge.
so long?
He's got like his little sushi packs that he like made for everybody like the night before that they can actually have an extra D8 when they roll.
Oh,
Right.
fantastic.
So he's gonna grab one of those and he'll take that up and
You race around.
Yeah, it's just kind of like
shove
wander
food
around.
into people's mouths. It's wonderful. Everyone but Eldrick can now use that. Phenomenal.
While this was happening, Morrow would have wanted to remove Eldrick's mushroom satchel and show it to Lyria. And be like, "Can we protect? Can we use this by chance? Is this part of his energy? You would know this better than I."
I don't. Maybe I just need you all to think about why Eldrick's special to you. And now I need you to let me prepare.
Are we looting him?
You come up to watch Morrow apparently looting Eldrick.
I'm going to use sleight of hand.
I would love you to roll a sleight of hand.
11 plus 10.
Fantastic. 21. Tash,
Yeah?
what would Sue find out of 21 in Eldrick's pocket?
My underwear.
Weirdly enough, you find underwear in his pocket.
I don't really. My other underwear. Yeah.
Lipstick marks
Fair
on them.
pair.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
What would he find?
I just have pretty standard inventory stuff.
So you find
That's
standard
not
inventory
really-
stuff. You find Maro's got the shroom pack, but you do find the snack pack that's on the other side.
Okay, snack pack. Okay.
Whoa, that's my jerky.
It's gone. It is now in the possession of Sue. All right. So Lyria takes the stuff that Sue brings up, except for the potions. She leaves the potions with you, and she says, I'm going to need you to use these as you see fit. I'm going to be focusing.
Sue starts.
She sees you start to think about it, goes, I don't mean on you. So Sue, Lyria takes the bowl, a type of vessel, and she lays it in front of her, and she rearranges Eldrick slightly so that he's laid flat, and she hands the candles off to Morrow. She hesitates for a moment, noticing Warbles. She hadn't seen him come aboard earlier on.
Hi.
But deems him not to be necessarily a person of interest right now.
He's with us.
Oh, all right. We'll have to talk about your healing later. I'm not really sure how much to do with you. Not the point right now, though. And she looks at you all, and as she's preparing this, she says, to call him back, we need to wade into the boundary between life and death. I'm going to offer the thread that binds him to fate, but his soul will only return if the bonds we forge are strong enough. And she starts to unlace her bracers. And she takes the dagger, and as she unlaces the bracers on her arms, she pulls them off, and you notice a series of long scars all across her arms covered up by these bracers. She begins chanting in an ancient Elvish dialect while she hands the candles off to you, Morrow, and sort of indicates that you're to light them.
Yeah, Morrow does so.
Fantastic. She takes them from you, and she puts them at corners around Eldrick, and her words are sharp and rhythmic, and she begins weaving a spell that pierces the veil of death. As the chant builds, she takes the dagger and she slices up her arm, allowing the blood to drip into the vessel, and then dipping her fingers in, she begins to draw runes around Eldrick. She creates a circle around those runes, and sits back before taking the dagger and slicing up the other arm as well. The circle glows crimson, and the runes begin pulsing in time with what appears to be a heartbeat. I would like anyone who's paying attention to please roll me a perception check.
Investigation?
Perception.
Oh, that's what I heard.
First roll of the night.
Oh boy. New dice. Don't fail me, duck dice. Oh, it didn't. 23 for Morrow.
Quack, quack.
17.
17.
6 with my stats.
6.
It's a 4 for Warbles.
Fantastic. Warbles and Darvin, this is a lot happening very, very quickly. And Warbles, you have not been looking at
this guy?
You've not been looking at anything for a long time, and now this is a whole lot of fast.
Stimulus, yeah.
Darvin, I think, is probably in the panic version of a rage, essentially.
I'm actually kind of trying to hide some of my tears with my mop. I'm just wiping the mop on my face.
God, you know where that mop
Thal
has been?
is standing beside you and takes part of the mop to dry the tears on the other side. The winds around you are completely dead. The sails are not moving, and there is no wind. Sue and Morrow, you notice movement in the vessel containing Lyria's blood, and you notice what appears to be a face. And it is a face you recognize. It is Eldrick's face.
In the blood?
In the blood, in the vessel, though his eyes are closed.
Creepy.
And so Lyria calls out in Elvish, and you look over and you see Alar is echoing her speech as well, though he is human. Lyria looks at each of you with her bleeding fingers, or the blood trailing down her fingers and dripping onto the ground or onto the boards around Eldrick, and she says, I need you to give offerings, things that tie Eldrick to you. And she looks specifically at you, Morrow, you, Sue, and you, Darvin.
She'll throw him a snack pack.
would you like to offer a snack pack?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, these are good for snacking.
And Lyria says, is there a story or anything of importance here?
Are you asking me? A story.
You don't have to. I'm just trying to get more.
Yeah, no, boy, yeah, he got stolen from the ship. That was fun. Yeah. Seems like a nice guy.
I would like you to roll. History, please.
Oh.
Don't say natural one.
To that one. And I got a -2 on history.
It's a natural one, and you have a -2.
And I have -2 to history.
Wow,
Yeah.
-1.
You have no idea who Eldrick is.
Where are you?
Greg, why are you dead?
So the role was for the physical offering, the building a tie on the history you share, and the runes around Eldrick flicker and dim slightly. Is there anything else anyone else can offer?
I'll be right back. Morrow runs as fast as he can to his cabin and grabs his favorite rum that him and Eldrick have hidden from, I forget the guy's name, that he always comes on the ship and we share a glass with him.
Yeah.
And after each successful sail, Eldrick and Morrow have this tradition where they sit in the captain's office, debrief over this rum, and it's by far our favorite. He takes both glasses and the rum, runs back up, pours one for him, one for Morrow. He sets it down, I guess near maybe the glass, this vessel, and cheers the glass and takes a sip.
Fantastic. I would like you to roll me persuasion or performance with advantage.
I'm just looking. Persuasion. Jesus, I have +10. How did that happen? I'll do that one. With advantage. I'm going to get 46 or something. Ooh, 13 is my highest, so 23.
23.
Yeah.
The runes around Eldrick flicker and then glow brighter.
Ooh.
Sue, I need you to roll me a perception.
Another natural one.
Another natural one.
That dice sucks. I don't want that dice. I'm not rolling that.
That's okay.
anymore.
Nobody knows where it went.
Just went sailing across the room.
I think, based on what I know of Sue, I think Sue watches Morrow put this down, and the runes glow brighter, and I think he has a moment of, I should have done something else. And he's distracted in this moment.
Sue now sees that there's whiskey or rum or something, and he's just like, food. I know. So he runs downstairs and he quickly prepares something that he knows that Eldrick would eat.
Fantastic.
Right? And then he just like comes back up like 30 seconds or less, and it's just like he's got like this great little sushi, little sushi laid out, nicely cut, and he puts it right by, kind of right by him, so he could like kind of smell it, sort of, if he could had smelling things to smell with, and then whatever. So that kind of, he would just kind of, oh yeah, this is his favorite food.
So Sue has had his opportunity to give an offering, and the lights have flickered, or the runes have flickered. However, I will allow you to trade in your deal for the debt with the devil card if you would like a second opportunity at this.
It's only Tash did, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. I got another character. It's fine.
No.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Can I do anything?
1 second.
Oh, yeah.
You put down the food, and nothing changes. Darvin.
I take the mop and I lay it across his chest, so like the mop's kind of up in his face a little bit. I just say to him, like, mate, you were always so much wiser than me, so how about you be a wise lad right now and just come back to us, and when I say that, I stand back up and I just put my arm around Thal's shoulder and I bring her in close. Come on, Thal. Let's put some good vibes in here. We've got to bring him back. He's my friend.
As you do that,
Oh, Chelsea's racing for dice.
okay. As you do that, a breeze sweeps across Eldric's face, and ruffles his hair slightly. I would like you to roll me. An insight with advantage.
Like, that's all of my D20s I own, right? Because my insight's not that good.
I will allow you to use persuasion if you would prefer. I'm not sure if it's any better.
Intimidation, maybe.
But do we get to add this?
You do
the
have
D8.
a D8. You could
Yeah,
add.
okay.
What would that have brought? Well, you got a natural 1. I'm sorry. In hindsight.
That was just history.
13.
13. Okay. The runes around Eldric glow just a little bit brighter. DC was 12. So, Lyria. Sue, I need you to roll me one more perception check.
16.
16. Lyria's chants continued throughout this. However, now as the runes glow brighter, you notice that her voice is wavering, and you notice that the blood is slowing. And she is looking very pale.
I guess this is Sue's perceiving this. Go ahead.
So Sue would, he would take some like the sushi that he made from before, and she can want to roll a 1d, or he can pass her a potion too. Either
Would
way.
you like to feed her a potion?
Sure, why not? What the hell?
Sure, sounds good. Her hands are kind of full of blood right now.
I can just pop sushi in her mouth too. 1d10.
Fantastic. 1d10. Okay, cool. I'm not going to roll for that. I'm going to say that's enough to keep her going
Okay,
right now.
perfect. Okay,
Fantastic.
good sushi.
It's making me hungry.
Through her mouthful of food, Lyria continues to chant, and the chanting grows louder. Sue and Morrow, you notice that the face in the vessel becomes clearer, despite the fact that the blood dripping into it would be causing ripples. The winds don't rise up, and yet Lyria's hair is whipping around as if moved by an invisible storm. She reaches down slowly as the candles begin to flicker and blow out, and as the last one extinguishes, she takes the vessel of her blood and throws it over Eldric. There is a moment of silence, and suddenly Eldric lets out a gasp.
Morrow quickly grabs him and his crewmates have fallen with him before and has missed the opportunity to heal them. And his first reaction is he picks him up and heals him as quickly as he can.
Fantastic.
He essentially casts healing word.
Amazing. Eldric, you were racked with lightning and then nothingness. And suddenly you are awake again, and strangely damp, and Morrow is suddenly healing you over and over and over again. And you feel exhausted. You feel drained. You feel a little bit singed. And yet you are alive.
Sue shoves in some sushi in there too, just the one.
And now your mouth is filled with fish.
Warbles slowly puts away the death shroud that they were preparing in the background to cast him over the side of the boat.
Nice.
Warbles, roll me a perception check, please.
14.
14. There are many new faces around you, looking on, whispering, some talking, some people calling for cloths, some people calling for water. And there is a shadowy figure near the stairs to downstairs, near the ladder to downstairs, that is perfectly still and appears to be staring at you before disappearing into the rest of the group.
Warbles would try and like follow them along if it's not too conspicuous, see where they were, perhaps. But yeah,
Roll me an investigation.
that's a 3 on the dice. Nothing's gonna save me.
There's a lot happening, and as
Yeah.
you attempt to follow, you are bumped by Eldrick and Morrow standing up.
Yeah.
Morrow waits for Eldrick to open his eyes, then looks at him. He's like,
What do you need?
A little bit of that rum, my
nice. Morrow smiles, and he still has the one that he's been sipping on. Hands the other to Eldrick, and he's like, "That was a close one, mate." Cheers.
He cheers and then reaches over to Lyria. I think you might need this more than me.
Lyria sort of laughs a little bit weakly and throws it back, and begins reaching into the pouch that Sue had brought up and pulling out some bandages, as well as a handkerchief, and begins wrapping her arms.
Would this bit have been...
Everything's okay.
And you're fine. Okay, back to work.
Hey, I found your packet.
Starts barking orders.
Now, why ain't you sanding?
You dropped this.
your pack of snacks over there.
Oh my god.
Thanks for
Here they
picking
go.
up.
Here you go.
Some of them are missing.
Morrow would have given him his mushroom pack back. And be like, I believe this is yours.
He's been looted.
Where are my underwear?
Warbles wears underwear. Would Eldrick have this evidence of the ceremony that Lyria did? Is that something that we would
Yes.
know and have witnessed before?
No, this is not something you have witnessed before, but there is certainly plenty of evidence of it around you.
Yeah. I think that's all he was wondering. I don't think he needs to address it necessarily.
No.
Well, if I may just have a go have a rest.
You might
Try
want to
to-
have want to have a wash first.
Is that? Oh, it's blood.
Yeah, sorry.
It's your blood.
Yeah, sorry.
Is that? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Did I
totally
do
fine.
that?
No, gosh, no. You were already dead by the time I got woken up.
I was
and she's
actually
drinking. Oh yeah. No, you were fully gone. Yeah, no.
It's weird. It was just like a flash for me.
I take the mop and I try to like clean his face with it a little bit. I feel like I'm trying to help, but it's probably just going to irritate you more than anything.
Oh, thank you, Darvin. I'll go wash up. And yes, thank you.
I'm just trying to help my. Just do.
No, I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you for being here and
okay.
recovering me, I guess.
I mean, it was mostly Sue. He gave you some sushi.
Yes, I thought I tasted some octopus in my mouth. Sue just punched himself in the face for some reason.
Dwayne smacked himself.
Wow. And this is why we need video.
Yeah.
Last week we had Gavin falling off a chair. This week we have Dwayne punching himself in the. Was it the headphone? Yeah.
It's supposed to be right in the side of the head.
It was only a small red mark.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember the long walks that we used to have on the beach and all the time that we'd spend together? And,
That was. I don't think that was me. I don't
Wouldn't it be
recall
nice?
walking on the beach. I don't recall a lot right now.
yeah, when your memory comes back, we can
Oh, it feels pretty intact.
talk about that later.
Eldrick, roll me an religion.
Oh boy. Didn't really pay attention in church. Nope, just a 2.
Nope, nothing. You are hazy and currently have
Smells
1
like
point of
burnt toast.
exhaustion.
Oh. Where do I put that?
You
Morrow,
can just, you'll have a long rest and that'll get rid of it.
Thank you.
Morrow looks at Lyria. Is there anything I can do? I've never seen.
Blood magic. It's sort of not really kosher. Kind of not really something that's very cool amongst most people.
Wait, are you a vampire?
No. Darvin.
Show me your teeth.
She shows you her very normal teeth.
Captain, normal teeth, I think we're all right.
I think you're right. I think you're
I don't think
Darvin.
I don't think vampires have pulses, so they wouldn't be able to bleed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do we owe a debt?
To what?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
No, we just
Blood magic.
no. Unfortunately, we just don't have any diamonds on board, and we had to make an offering. And it's supposed to be a very expensive big diamond, which, considering how much funds we have, we should probably have one of those, to be honest.
Yes. Moving forward, let's please have a diamond on the boat.
I would-
Just pull a diamond out of my
Just pull out it. Maybe I should have asked if we had a diamond on board. Apparently.
Do you actually have a diamond?
It's a rock. He doesn't know the difference.
okay.
Oh wow, that's awfully special. Thal reaches
to
over
see
and goes,
glass.
"Oh wow, is that a diamond? I've never seen one. I've just heard stories.
I found it on the beach.
That's amazing.
You should
That's
see
so
his
cool.
bone sword.
His what?
I said you should see his bone sword.
No, it's right there on Eldrick.
Yeah.
Oh, the mop. Yeah. Lyria gets up a little bit weakly. She goes, "I don't suppose anyone else might be able to take care of the cleanup. I might just go for a nap. But no, we don't. You don't owe a debt or anything. It's just there are some elven groups have practiced blood magic instead of a focus. That it is the focus, I suppose."
Well, thank you. And, of course, please go rest. We will be more than happy to take care of this. Thal, come.
Yeah, we'll get Finnegan as well. Finnegan, get over here, mate.
And before she goes down, Lyria kind of looks at everyone and says, I'd appreciate it if no one would mention it off this ship. And then she heads downstairs.
Morrow looks over the crew and he kind of nods to everybody. Our lips are sealed, correct?
Oh, yeah.
R. Sorry.
Everyone nods or remains quiet. And
Or makes seal noises.
Took me a second to get there. I was like,
Lucille.
He's very literal.
and yeah, Thal takes this. She goes, "Can I borrow this?" And she starts mopping the deck with the mop.
Careful, Thal. It is magic. Just don't. I'm just a bit worried. Don't hurt yourself, love. It sometimes turns into a sword,
Whoa, that's crazy.
but right now it's just a mop. So
kind of like the one on Sue's back right now. Sue, who still has the bone sword on his back.
I threw it down in his bed.
Oh, you
No,
threw
it's
it in his
fine.
bed?
I
Okay,
put it in
never
his
mind.
pocket.
he's in the bed. All right.
It's in the bed. Never mind.
Yeah. Just be careful, Thal. I just don't want you to cut yourself on it.
I'll be super careful. Oh, ouch. Oh, it's just a splinter. We're okay.
Okay.
I got worried.
Yeah. Okay, get back to work.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. What would the rest of you like to do? It is nighttime.
I think Morrow would want to chat with the remaining of the crew. I'm assuming Eldrick and Lyria are going to rest.
Yeah.
Shall we have a quick discussion in my quarters?
Absolutely.
I think in private, without the rest of the crew, is probably
Yeah, sounds good to me,
Wise.
Captain.
As we get there, we sit down, maybe pours like another set of drinks. Nothing really nice rum though, the crew rum.
Sue's offended.
Look, there's only so much of that rum. How are we feeling about the Tide Callers? Or no, sorry, the Iron Quills and this search for
The heart.
the heart of the Tide.
I don't know, Captain. I'm going to tell you one thing that I think I have mentioned it before, but whenever I'm nice to Thal or give her any, positive reinforcement, something happens to the ship, to the wind itself.
What do you mean?
Well, she seems like she's in control of the wind, or it responds to her if she's in a good mood.
Only when you're nice to her.
Yeah, it's not very often, but yeah, because I've got to, obviously I've got to make sure she's working, Captain, and she's a nice kid, really like her. Well, no, I don't really like her, she's a nice kid, but, but I've noticed some weird things, like, she is definitely magical, but not a vampire.
Sue, have you noticed anything? If you're nice to her, have you recognized a change in the weather?
No, because the only thing that I've noticed is like when people are having sex in my kitchen, it makes a mess.
Go
So
ahead.
I'm just catching up here. Which one's thou?
The one swabbing the deck right now.
Yes, my little friend. I mean, like the person that, I'm helping her out, teaching her.
Where did she come from?
She came from, was it Breathe? I forget the name.
Sargasso.
Sargasso, that's what it was.
Specifically from the orphanage in Sargasso. It's not the first time you've sort of picked up a young crewmate from one of the orphanages. They tend to be grateful. They tend to work well. Yeah.
I think I'd kind of relay it in that regard to Warbles being like, this is typically how we find new crew.
Okay. Did she ever talk about her life before the orphanage? Does she remember? Or was she quite young when she was there?
I personally haven't spoken with her much, but
I've never really asked her, Captain. I mean, we just get them, they come on board, Sometimes we throw them overboard. I mean, it's,
should we test this?
I'm going to go talk to her.
What? I don't. It seems like maybe it only works with you. Perhaps I go up and speak with her. Maybe make a
I'll spy.
positive suggestion.
I'll spy around the corner to see what's happening.
Mara would head up quickly, and he's gonna walk past, trying to like nonchalant. He's like looking over the ship. I mean, as the captain, I feel like he would walk around and be like,
Totally, yeah.
Making calls and whatnot.
She's just about finished cleanup, and she's singing a sea shanty quietly. And
I think Warbles would try and like join in and try and meet any of the crew as like an introduction.
Nice.
So he'll stealthily go up behind the captain. Like he's just gonna disappear.
sure, roll me a stealth. Warbles, you're not trying to stealth. You're kind of openly chatting and
with the captain, like introducing themselves to people.
So
And
you along the way you meet Gilda,
hello. Hi.
a dwarven woman, stout and hearty.
wouldn't want to arm wrestle you?
If you would like to try, we could try tomorrow. I'm pretty tired right now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, let's put it down. Let's find out.
Quite spent.
Wow.
And then
What's that on your? Is that flour on your?
just the fan of baking bread.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And then you also meet Finnan, a small halfling who's looking fairly frazzled right now and seems to be headed towards his quarters. And then there is Thal, the person mopping. What did we get for our stealth?
13.
13. She rolled a 17. So I would say she looks up and she goes, "Oh, hi, Sue.
Hi.
How's it going?"
It's good. How are you?
It's so good.
You look lovely today.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I mean, as always, but like just a little extra.
Oh, roll me a perception.
I'm just peeking around the corner trying to like clock this whole scene.
14 and 6 would be 20.
20. Fantastic. From the art you have sent me of Sue is quite charming looking. And Thal gets quite the blush on her. Darvin, you note this. And is Sue wearing the hat that was in his picture?
Of course.
It is almost just swept off your head as the breeze picks up.
Oh, interesting. Did you notice the wind picking up here? It's like my feather's gonna like fall right out of my hat, and I've got 3 of them in there.
Is it? Oh, and the wind stops almost instantly.
What's happening with the wind?
I don't know. Harbors? Anyway, this is gross and blood, and I'll go clean it. I'm just gonna go dunk it in the ocean. And she starts heading off, and actually sort of towards and past you, Captain Morrow.
Can I follow her? Mara would be like, Thal, you've done a fantastic job here. Please, let me help you. I know I disappeared off the deck rather quickly there, but I'd love to chat for just a moment.
Oh, sure. I was just gonna kind of use the ladder or something and go dunk this in the ocean, but we can chat while I'm dunking?
Oh no, let me help. And Warbles is gonna take the pseudopod. I can go 10 feet down.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Warbles.
Oh, I'm Thal.
Pleasure to meet you.
So nice to meet you. Are you new here?
Yeah, it's sort of a temporary assignment till I can find my ship, but I'm here to help, as it were.
Oh, cool. That's fun. Sorry, you wanted to chat?
I did. How are you feeling after this event with Eldrick? It's a little uncommon of a situation on this boat. I just wanted to check in with you.
You mean you don't all just drop dead sometimes? I'm kidding.
More concerned about the type of magic that was used.
The blood magic thing?
Yes.
You don't need to worry about me. I won't tell anybody.
Right. The other thing I would want to ask is, some of the crew have notified me that you are looking for two individuals, a Jerry and a Derry.
Yeah, Jerry and Derry.
May I ask the association there, the connection, the relationship, if any?
Totally, yeah. So my mom was she used to work. So back when I was little, I don't even know where to start. So you know how you got me from an orphanage?
Yes.
So back when I was really little, I grew up on this fishing boat, and my mom worked there, and I wasn't really supposed to be there, but what are you gonna do when you got a little kid, right? So I came along, and there were other people that worked there, and I don't, how your brain is all weird when you're little, so I don't really know their name, but they used to tell me stories about their kiddos, Jerry and Derry. So I'm looking for two little boys, except they wouldn't be little boys anymore, would they, Captain?
They'd be about your age.
Well, I don't really know, because they never really told me how old they were. They just would talk about their boys, Jerry and Derry. But the Ankymans, Ankymans? I think it was Mr. and Mrs. Ankyman. Our boat got caught in a storm, and it went down. And I never found my mom. And then we were just I was on a board, and then Mrs. Ankyman found me, and she kind of helped me find a bigger board, and then she was there, and then the storm got worse, and then she was gone, and then I found shore, but they took care of me, and they were nice to me, and I just always thought I'd go find their boys, and I'd tell them what happened, and then I could take care of them.
I see. And you're looking for them here on...
Well, I'm not looking for them on your boat, but I thought one, I didn't have a ton of choice because I was about to age out of the orphanage, and Sargasso is not really kind to orphans who don't really have jobs. But the other one I figured was maybe I could just ask at every place we stop for Jerry and Derry. Inkyman? I'll just go with Jerry and Derry.
Does Morrow know the name Inkyman?
You don't know the name Ankyman. I'd like you to roll me a straight intelligence.
Okay.
Do I hear any
might
of this?
trade this fucking thing in for if this
Roll
fails.
me are you perceiving or investigating?
There you go. Perceiving.
You are perceiving. Roll me a perception.
I'm looking at my backstory. I don't Morrow doesn't have that name in his backstory unless I fucking rewrote something.
You don't, but what's your roll?
Investigate or just intelligence?
Yeah.
+2, 15.
15. It's kind of weird because you don't know a Derry Ankyman, but you do know a Darvin Ankorman.
Darvin, as in our Darvin?
Mm-hmm. You would know his last name.
You're so lucky. You're so lucky that you're a good-looking dude.
But I don't know his last name, do
Why
I?
would you? You wouldn't
I guess
know your
Morrow would, but
crew's-
but Gavin doesn't know.
Gavin doesn't.
Yeah.
Maybe doesn't know,
Yeah.
but that's why the DM just gave
I got
Gavin what Morrow.
I got a 12.
You can't hear what's happening. You heard
I wanna
a little
walk
bit
up.
until they walked further away.
I want to walk up.
Okay, you walk up.
What's going on here?
Oh, I was going to say I'm cleaning the mops, but really, Goo Boy's, what's your name?
My name's Warbles. He's like sitting there with arms extended into the ocean, pulling the bucket
I'm
out.
sorry I called you Goo Boy.
That's okay. I
got a
get called a lot of
fantastic
things. Just starts weeping goop that immediately absorbs back into
Oh,
him.
no. Here, we could mop that.
I'm just joshing. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are you all talking about?
I was just
Inky men.
thanking Thal for. Yes.
What?
They're talking about inky men.
Your
Inkyman.
Inky men?
your last name is
And Corman.
right, and
I don't know an Inky man or Corman, though.
And Thal, you're looking for.
Gary and Derry.
Oh, that's my
Inky
brother. Wait, what?
What?
What do you
What?
mean?
What do you mean?
Why are you looking for my brother?
I don't think I'm looking for your brother. I'm looking for a Gary and a Derry Inkyman.
Yeah, Gerald. Anchorman. That's my brother. And I'm Derry. Darvin, that's what they used to call us in the taverns.
But you're not a little boy at all.
Why would I be a little boy? What are you guys do? Fucking stop it, Captain. What are you talking about?
I would love you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit!
Saving throw.
That was the end of Darvin.
She's actually a sea witch. Just put like a spike through your neck.
He got an 8.
You are hit by a wave of curly-haired bundle of joy as you both fall over the side of the boat.
Goo. Aspect of the salmon.
You have a moment mid-air where you realize you were being hugged right before you hit the water.
Yeah, I mean, I go into the water and I'm so comfortable in water.
Yeah.
So comfortable. But I'm also very, very confused.
Yes.
The icy water hits me. And also, within that instant as well, it comes to me that Thal is with me and she's also in the water.
Yeah.
So I just quickly, side saddle her and just start pulling myself up, one arm straight to the top.
Totally. And with your aspect of the salmon, I'm not going to ask you to roll me in athletics or anything like that.
Pretty good in the water.
Yeah. And based on the fact that Thal had been about to climb down the ladder, you're actually very close to the ladder, so very easily able to get your way there.
I pull it, get up on the ladder, then I just kind of push her up a little bit. She gets
Totally.
going up the ladder,
She-
and I
she
just follow
clambers
behind
up.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you looking for me?
Because your mom and dad looked after me. I have to look after you.
My mum and dad died years ago.
I know. I was there.
What?
And she just bursts into tears.
No, and I go down I'm on a knee right
Yeah.
now, and I'm looking at. I've got my hands on her shoulders. And tell me everything. Tell me everything. What happened? How do you know my parents?
And she, through the tears, tells you the story of how she essentially lived on the same boat that they worked on, and how a storm came up one day, and how she remembered the story of their boys, and they had taken such good care of her, and she always wanted to come back and find you and take care of you too.
But Thal, you should be old.
I mean, so,
Captain, what is going on?
I've been wondering the same thing, Darvin. I didn't know there was this connection on the boat. What was your parents' name?
Jim and Jesse.
I just knew them as Mr. and Mrs. Ankyman. Anchorman.
Anchorman.
Ankyman is how I knew them as.
Anchorman. Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah.
Wait, we're being very too much relaxed here. What is going on, really, you guys? There's no way. You should be old, Thal.
I mean, you're not that old.
How old were you when your parents were?
I was in my 20s.
And Thal?
Yeah.
When
well,
the accident
I mean, how
happened.
old are you now, though?
I'm like 34.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty young too.
She just aged better, Darvin.
Half elf, but also really little when they died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant last week.
No.
Yeah, they didn't die last week.
No.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't do math.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I don't really either.
Okay.
Pretty good at drawing flowers, though.
So you my sister?
No, that's
Captain, I'm really confused.
my mom worked on the same boat as your parents.
What's your mom's name? Anna?
No, that was the lady that you met at the last port.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked her.
No, Jessa.
Oh.
Jessa was my mom.
Oh.
Yeah, the elf lady.
Oh. Wait. Are you my daughter?
No.
Okay,
I had a dad too.
I just jump off the side of the boat. And you hear
No, she's calling dad. She's like, I had a dad too, but he's gone.
Oh, this ship is so exciting. Is this like this
There's
all
so
the
many
time?
things happening.
Yeah, all at once.
I grab the captain
Yeah.
and I shuffle off with him. Captain,
Darvin,
what if she's the tide of the heart?
I thought we were looking for a relic, not a person. Do you think it's her? How? Is there a way we can determine that? How would we know?
Go ask her. I'm kind of scared of her right now.
I suppose
If
if she
I've got a
knew,
bit of a headache.
you think she would tell us. I will ask her.
Okay, go ask her.
I go up to Thal.
Thal, you know why we're here, right? On our current mission, or our discussion with Tana, the Corona.
No, you didn't really tell me anything.
Fantastic. What do you know about the
Heart of the Tides,
Heart of the
right?
Tides, yeah.
Heart of the Tides?
Nothing.
Do I get a sense of
Roll me an insight.
motherfucker? It's a 1. I'm really tempted to use my fucking card right now.
do it,
No, that should be in combat, not this.
No.
oh
fuck
no,
combat. Combat's
plot
stupid.
details.
Yeah, story's better than combat.
Deal with the
Do it.
devil.
Do it.
No, but this feels like such a waste. What if she's like, I don't like? No, I'm like,
she's
I'm
telling
not
the
lying.
truth. Yeah, it's
No, I'm not ready. That feels like such a waste. That's a waste.
Can I walk up
I'll sell you mine.
and I'm going to use my charisma?
You're going to use your boon card.
Yeah.
You can read out your boon card for all of us
It
here.
says automatic natural 20 on a charisma roll.
Okay. So you are going to, what are you going to say to her?
Now,
Which charisma?
over this weeks, months we've been together.
It's been like 18 days.
Yeah, whatever. I can't count. You know I can't count. I just bloody told you I can't count.
That's fair.
Well, you know what? I really like you. The captain wants to ask you something, and I think you just got to tell the truth, love.
I can do that. I said I'd take care of you, and that sounds like taking care of you, maybe.
Yeah, you've got to take care of me, and I need that right now because I'm
Really confused.
my mind is bloody scrambled.
Yeah.
But the captain, he really needs a little bit of information, and you're the best right now. We just want to be like, we really like you, Thal.
Sure. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, Captain. What is your question?
What do you know of the Heart of the Tides?
For sure. And just so you know, a DM to Gavin, this is not like Speak with Dead where there's one question. We now have a please tell the truth. So she's going to tell the truth.
Oh, okay.
So this is not a one and done.
Just ask her, captain.
If she's the Heart of the Tide.
Are you the Heart of the Tide?
No, I'm a wind caller.
What?
I'm going to say
What?
because
Same time, everybody's like,
because we used a boon card, which feels heavy, I'm going to say that you have an awareness of wind callers, and certainly others around would also have this. Wind callers are essentially druids, typically found around the Isles, who are able to manipulate elements, typically the wind, and are very valuable aboard ships. Darvin would at this maybe remember that there was in fact a wind caller upon the ships that his parents were on, very valuable for the fact that they can manipulate the winds in favor of the ship, can sometimes assist in smaller storms.
You're the reason, ever since we brought you on this boat, that our tides have been favorable.
Kind of accidentally. I try, but I don't really know how to do it. They sort of figured out I could do it a few years ago, and then they were told that I'd be really good on a ship, and then they just kind of never did anything with it.
Why would you feel like this information is important to withhold from your captain?
Because I'm a swab. Might you tell me to do what Darvin says, which is sanding and mopping? I did say on the walk down when Darvin came to get me, I'm really good with the wind.
Fantastic.
And he said, "Shut up."
That does
Sound like you,
Darvin.
yeah. Spot on.
Well, I mean, I might have. Sorry, Thal.
No, it's okay. I've been enjoying it. It's fine. I haven't been enjoying all of it, but I've been enjoying a lot of it.
Right. I'm still just stood here trying to do math in my head.
So your connection to this Jerry and Derry is
Yeah.
through Darvin.
Yeah.
You knew my parents.
I knew your parents. You're not my dad.
Right.
Yet.
What?
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 Kidding.
Well, now I feel like we have a bit of a connection. That we're almost like family.
We are chosen family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody messing with Thal, the answer to me.
Yeah, and same with Darvin.
Aye.
All right.
Cool.
Well, now that we have that settled,
Totally.
welcome aboard, Thal the Windcaller.
Sweet. I don't know how to do it though, but we'll figure it out.
We are in support of you investigating your abilities.
Sure.
Maybe within some limit of restrictions, so we're all aware if things went south.
Sure.
Just give us a heads up.
I'll try.
Unless we're trying to head south.
Yeah, Captain,
In which
we-
case, that's
yeah,
important.
we go south.
Right.
Yeah.
No, we're not. You know,
I can send us south.
I don't want to go south. It's forget it. Just
Okay.
Could you get back to work, please?
Oh, I'm.
Thank you.
Can I get my
Be
mop
nice,
back?
Captain.
Here you
Be
go.
nice.
Thanks. All right. I'm going to assume we are headed to bed. We are
Yes.
resting.
Yeah.
We have all had enough of.
I'm
our-
lying down in my bed. I'm counting fingers, and I'm like, oh well, fuck it.
Your math brings you to the fact that Thal is probably about 17 or 18-ish.
Right.
Maybe 16.
So I might have known her when she was about 8.
She would have been very little. And roll me a history.
I'm probably going to be really good at history.
Definitely.
I'd imagine you would be.
3.
You don't remember a little girl. You do remember a lady you tried to pick up a couple of times with big curly blonde hair, an elven woman who gently rebuked you a few times as you were younger than she was and she wasn't interested.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah.
We all remember her.
You're the only one who remembers.
He's like just in his room.
Yeah.
in my room.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, let's solve that mystery. I'll see you guys later.
Yep.
Wonderful. Anyone else do anything for the night before? No? Fantastic.
Morrow would just be pacing back and forth, writing in his journal this new information, and he'd probably spend a bit of time maybe taking one of his would it be called an encyclopedia? Books of knowledge.
Fantastic.
And looking up information on wind callers, and more just like to educate Morrow himself. I feel like mechanically it probably doesn't need to be anything, but that he'd be like reminding himself of the lore of wind callers.
Fantastic. I will say that through your reading, you do find a lot of lore about the elves of these isles, and they were very protective of their druids and very protective of the natural magics they used. You find a portion about wind callers as well as other elves who went inland, ones who could sense water, ones who could move rocks, stuff like that, and that they have a general propensity for nature-based magic, though tend to lean towards one element. While you were reading through, you read of an additional element. You read of blood elves. who are treasured highly, and through the millennia have been alternatively worshipped and shunned as very similar to our own witch hunts.
Just while he's reading that, Mara would know this. Gavin doesn't because I forgot to put the sheets in front of me. Is Lyria an elf?
Lyria is an elf, yes.
Does he make this connection?
You would make this connection. I would say this. You see pieces about this. And
You're doing so good tonight.
You're doing so good. I would say yes. You put this together.
Nice.
And yeah.
I think he would like journal that, but he's not going to do anything with it right now.
No, fair, absolutely. It would explain her hesitance, and it would explain the fact that she hides the scars.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I think Warbles would probably be out on deck at this point, having spent a lot of time asleep recently and likely having a hard time settling in. And seeing the captain's light on would go up to the captain's chamber and just sort of knock on the door. Captain, can I have a minute?
Do you need a container to sleep in?
No, Sue gave me a flower container that was empty for some reason.
Fantastic. Yes, please, have a seat.
I was hoping if I could take a peek at some manifests. I'd like to locate my ship that I was on before and just sort of see what happened. Maybe you've encountered it. It's the Wisecracken.
Yes, please, of course. The table's all yours.
Thank you very
Maro,
much.
roll me a history.
Okay.
Here we go.
2.
there's-
plus history. It's like 5 maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ducks are letting me down.
For the name seems kind of familiar, but there's so many ships around here, and you've heard a million names, and
I feel like that current roster of ships is rolling through his head more than anything, and he's like,
Yeah.
that's not in that list. So he kind of like just tosses it aside. He's like, not important.
And as a privateer, you have alternatively passed by and fled from and boarded many ships, so they all kind of sort of meld together at a certain point. Go ahead and so you're going to be looking through. Please describe to me what you were trying to look through.
Warbles would be looking for any sort of logs of trade or contact with other ships, perhaps in port. Trying to go through the captain's logs wherever you will allow.
Yeah.
Just looking for reference.
Mara would help him too.
Yeah.
And handing this back to Morrow, what types of books does Morrow keep?
He's fascinated by lore and history. So when he goes to port, he makes a point of visiting like either, like bespoke bookstores or libraries, that sort of stuff, places that will let him purchase them. But also when he, will pillage a ship, he'll go to the captain's quarters and take anything of note. In addition to that, it would be other captains' journals, and he more uses that as knowledge of the sea. Often captains will write down strange findings and keeps that as like his secret weapon almost.
Fantastic. Anything, would it all be very, very recent, very current, or truly
a
like
spread.
a spread? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you both to roll me a generic luck check. So you're
just a straight
just
D20?
a straight D20.
Oh, I don't know if I want these ducks. I'm gonna go with the new dice. Here we go. Feels like a lucky dice. 2.
12.
Put that one aside.
Don't like this one as much either.
You find, Morrow, you find nothing. I suspect you are feeling rather distracted,
Yeah.
tired. You yourself went down in battle today, followed by all of the drama afterwards, and good and bad and all these strange things. In the most loving way possible, while you were trying to be helpful, you're also ready for bed.
Yeah.
Warbles, you find one note by a captain from another ship, one of the books that Morrow grabbed, and it says something along the lines of, not all of us can be as lucky as Captain Abernathy.
Well, that's interesting.
Did you find something?
It's got a reference to my old captain,
Which is
Captain Abernathy. Apparently, they were quite lucky, which makes sense. They were a pretty good captain when I served under them.
Did you not say they are now deceased?
I don't know. I don't know how long I was gone for. I'd hope not. It feels like, it was a couple years, so you know how things are at sea.
I do.
I mean, we just today saw someone we just grabbed almost get called back to the ocean.
Right.
This was helpful. This was a good start. You're looking a little tuckered out there,
Yes,
Captain. I don't want to keep you up any longer.
If it's helpful, you may take that journal with you. I do want it back.
Absolutely.
So, thank you.
And Warbles will take the journal and head back to their container.
Fantastic. As you come back to your container, the flower pot, you find it replaced with a different kind of container. This one is larger, sort of like a wooden storage box. You notice that it is watertight. However, there are no latches, nothing like that.
That would be the first thing that Warble would check.
And the second thing you notice is that the inside has sort of like some kind of rubbery seal that upon a little bit of testing, you notice that if, for instance, it was closed on top of you, you would be able to break the seal very easily and open the lid.
Oh, wow. Look at the craftsmanship on this one. And Warbles is going to take a look around, see if there's anybody, perhaps.
Yeah, roll me an investigation, please.
It's a 2 on the dice.
A 2. You notice nothing.
Warbles will, not seeing anybody, just plunk back in and get cozy.
Fantastic. Everyone else is off to bed?
Sue would be processing crab beings.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he'd be down there and like he'd be cleaning that up or whatever, and just like making sure that was getting ready to go for breakfast in the morning.
Amazing. Gilda walks by and kind of pops her head and goes, "Do you need any help, or can I head to bed?"
Well, I've cleaned up the flour, so I think that's done.
Roll me a perception.
16 plus 6, 22.
Fantastic. She blushes bright red and fidgets with the shawl around her shoulders as she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Everything, just busy day. I must have forgotten to clean up."
Is it the same shawl that I saw in the...
It sure is.
Cool. I'm gonna thieves cant to her.
Okay.
And in Thieves' Cant, I'm going to say, "Stop fucking in my kitchen."
She nods quickly, averts her gaze, and walks away very quickly, which is unusual for Gilda. She usually gives as good as she takes, but... Pun intended. Pun intended.
So
Wow.
in that case, if I know that her and Zarek are having sex in my kitchen, I'm gonna take the mop and I'm gonna mop outside of Zarek's door, and I'm gonna polish it to a fantastic shine. I'm gonna wax outside his door. Right, and I'm gonna scrape in with my finger, "Stop fucking in my kitchen," and I'm gonna throw flour down on the floor.
Fantastic. Roll me a perception check again.
Natural 20 on the dice.
Oh, is there a sock on the door?
You hear Zarek pause outside or within the door. Before he continues what sounds like pacing. The entire task takes a little bit, and throughout the entire time he paces. All right, headed to bed?
Headed to bed.
Fantastic.
I have used a lot of the brain I don't have.
You've burned so many calories in brain power.
I am so sleepy, and I just pass the fuck out.
You crash into bed.
Crash. Like, yeah, he is
You
going to full
find-
shutdown.
In your bed, you find a bone sword.
Whoa! What the hell? This thing just keeps getting around. And then thunk, just falls asleep.
Done.
Falls asleep next to it.
Yeah,
like,
just
kind of
grating up against him.
wakes up with gashes all over his face.
1d6 damage.
Fantastic. Anyone
stuff.
else up to anything, or are we headed into morning?
I don't think we have to mourn anymore. He's alive.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wah, wah, wah. Fantastic. Then we will head into morning. The sun rises. Pawn very tired, confused, emotionally exhausted, physically exhausted in some cases. And what is the plan?
Eldrick, how are you feeling?
Oh, as good as a day can be, I guess.
Good. We have a busy day ahead of us.
Yes, we have to find the thing that we're looking for. That we
Right.
have no idea where to start looking for.
Well, that's a good point. We do have all of the documentation you brought us. Now, we all did have a chat about whether we take this information to Tana or not, or we keep pursuing the Heart of the Tide. Considering she didn't tell us her relationship to Thadia, maybe she does have information on the Heart of the Tide that she hasn't willingly hinted at yet. Do we think that it is worth perhaps bringing this up with her?
Sounds like it's our only lead right now.
I would think so too, otherwise we're just sailing in a direction we hope is right.
It feels to me like we'd have to get her away from her office to be able to have an honest word then. She's probably not going to speak publicly about things she shouldn't be speaking about.
You're right. Any ideas?
Kidnap her.
Ooh, that's one idea, thank you.
It's not as bad as people think.
Can we offer her to dinner? Sue, you could potentially bring a small offering of
A bisque of
the
any
new
kind
crab.
for sure.
She did love your sandwiches.
Yeah, of course.
and say we're preparing a meal thanks to a successful mission. We have much information to share, and she should join us on the ship.
A pleasure cruise.
A pleasure cruise of the sorts.
And we also have. Well, we know where the other boat went because I pinged it as a portal through the portal, just so.
Oh, we did. Hold on. Above table. So the one that when they went through Thadia's ship? Oh,
Yes, and I said I would send you a map, which I totally did. Just kidding. It
it's
is
right there,
It is
Captain.
far to the north. So it is just about a week's sail away.
all right.
And how far are we to get back to wherever the heck Tana
Sargasso
is?
or Saya?
Saya, yeah.
Saya is about a week at this point as well. Sargasso is about 4 days. It was 5 days. However, you suspect with Thal in a good mood, she could probably get you there in 3.
Nice.
It was 5 days because the winds had died.
I'm a little bit more forlorn this morning. I'm a little bit down, and I kind of walk up to Eldrick and I say, "It's really good to see you back, mate."
Well, thanks, man. It was, maybe a little different for me. I didn't really feel like I was gone for too long, and I woke up and everyone was in a big commotion. But
Yeah.
it's good to be back.
I
guess.
was scared, mate.
Was it that bad?
Well, I like you, and you didn't want to lose you, mate. You know.
Well, thanks, man.
Thought I was going to be a dad.
You what?
I thought I was going to be a dad.
You thought you were going to be a dad, and what would my departure have done to stop you from being a dad?
I don't know.
Did you think that I was going to make you a dad?
He just walks off.
Wait, Eldrick, I need your...
I'm Darvin.
I mean Darvin, sorry.
It's okay.
Too many names in my head right now. I feel like we should put something to a vote here. I respect every one of your decisions, and it would seem that we have a split on our 2 strongest leads. Sue was able to determine where this ship, Thadia's, is potentially located. It's a rough area, but with our skills, we should be able to find it. Or, in the somewhat opposite direction, we speak with Tana, given this new information and her association with Thadia. Those are 2 very strong leads. I'm uncertain on which we should explore first. I would guess either direction is 5 to 7 days of
Captain,
sail.
I mean, I think why go after a chirping bird when we need to find the flying hawk? And my brain hurts again.
If I might add a little bit more insight to this, I mean, my feeling is that if Thadia had information on what we were looking for, as far as the Heart of Tides, she would have given it to me. She was very open about us, finding it and being able to work with her. So there would have been no reason for her to hold back information.
You're right.
So I don't think there's any reason to pursue them.
Not yet.
Not yet.
That has my vote on Tana.
Mine
We're
as
gonna
well.
go see Tanner.
Whatever you say, Captain.
Not whatever I say, it's to a vote.
Yeah, I'll vote Tanner as well then.
Aye.
Tana.
Yeah,
Tanner.
sounds good. Whatever.
Tana it is. Let's set sail.
Yeah.
And he heads up and lets the crew know.
Fantastic. The crew gets ready to go, and the anchor is pulled up on ship. You take to the seas.
Sweet.
And fairly rapidly.
Val, do the thing.
Thal is in her best mood today.
Nice.
She has found the person she was looking for, and it was the person who was already there. So for her, she's doing great.
What if we tickle her?
Roll for tickle. But you'll have to go through Darvin first.
Yeah.
I love that Dwayne picked up a dice. He's like, tickling.
Is that Pinocchio's back?
No, that was Knuckles from.
I'm so
I
confused.
remember. I remembered.
Goblin Quest.
Goblins,
yes.
yeah, that was the one with his nubs. All right, you take to the seas. A day and a night passes, and is there anything that you all do during that time, or shall we?
I think Warbles would just ask, like, where are we headed?
Sargas. It's Sargasso, she said.
Are you
right?
headed? No, she's in.
Saya.
Last time you saw her, she was in Saya.
Oh, sorry. Saya.
That's where we know her office is.
Oh, it's open now.
It's open.
What's
The
open?
city?
Yeah, I was closed off. That's where I was headed.
When was this?
When I got plunked into the ocean.
When was that?
I haven't figured that part out yet.
Roll a history. Anyone who is currently conversing with Warbles.
9.
7.
in history.
Worst rolls.
They're
this
ordered
entire
alphabetically.
game.
You'd think I'd be able to fucking find the thing faster, but no. 9.
9.
Oh, sorry. This is a 9. 12.
12. Anyone else was there? No, just the two of you. That's kind of weird because Saya's been open for a couple hundred years.
Morrow says that. Are you telling me that you are...
Ancient?
I wouldn't. That does seem strange. No, it can't be that long.
When you were sailing, were there more islands around? There's a lot more water, potentially, since the last time you had been sailing.
Warbles is going to look around at their current location and
Yeah.
assess.
He's
No,
hinting at the world flood or whatever it's called.
The Great Flood occurred thousands of years ago.
Oh, I thought it was 400.
No, no.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
The gates of Saya have been open for 200 years, though.
The gates of Sai have been open for 200 years.
You just, if a amorphous blob face could just have that like O emoji, that's exactly what happened.
Surprise.
Yeah, just like yeah. Oh.
You were afloat in a container that you could not leave.
No.
For
Is it typical that people of things of your species would live for hundreds of years?
I mean, when
Are you alive? Or are you a Kurt? What are you?
like think of a
jellyfish?
a jellyfish or like an amoeba or just a composite of goo and cells. That's strange. I've heard sometimes that, when I go to sleep, it's sort of like a stasis, but I've never heard of a plasma being hundreds of years old, but maybe you just haven't tested it.
What was
Sorry,
your
this is-
captain's name again?
Captain Abernathy?
Roll me a history. I
feel like-
people who are listening.
There's an... Wait.
It's starting
Didn't one
to
of
come
the
together.
Yeah. I was like, wait, there's
9.
history 12.
It is ringing a bell, but you are tired. It has been a weird time.
Wasn't that...
And Mara was guessing,
But one of the scrolls we read, there was a scripture about an old deal made with a captain. Was it not Abernathy? Do you know anything about that?
No, the last I can recall was that we were part of a convoy. We were going to be the first ship through the gates of Saya as sort of a delegation.
And it hits you. I'm going to allow this without a roll. At this point, you put together. This is enough information for
Suddenly.
you to be like between the ship name and the captain name. This was a huge historic moment. That what Warbles is describing is the very first ship through the gates of Saya after the Endless Isles essentially were opened up.
Gavin's so pretty.
In his defense, that was like new info.
Oh, okay.
I am pretty, though.
He is. Though. We all know that. So, but yeah, that gives you a pretty good date of about 200 years.
Would we know then that would this have been like a highly like political ambassadors and fancy people?
Very
and,
much so. Yes,
Yeah.
this was a very big deal. It is like the Mayflower, like one of those ships that those who pay attention in class would know
Right.
of.
Warbles, were you let me try that again. Were you always what you are now, or were you a different? Were you human at one point, or
Well, I mean, sometimes I can be like this, and they'll just like turn into just a singular blob of goo. Or sometimes I can go like this, and they'll sort of get a vaguely humanoid shape. But I've always been
you've
me.
always been you?
Yeah,
I've always been me too.
it's good to be me.
I feel like there's a song in there somewhere.
Maybe. So it's a lot to process, understanding that I'm 200 years old now, I guess. Also, did any of you upgrade my sleeping pot?
No.
Did not.
Sue?
It wasn't me.
Darvin.
I'm not here.
Darvin!
Whoa!
Did you upgrade? Why do I sound like you?
I know, Captain.
Did you change Warbles' housing pot thing?
Well, I haven't touched anything of Squibbles.
Thank you.
From above, while you're having this conversation, you hear Alar call down and say, "Ship on the horizon!"
Oh, fuck.
It's funny. I always forget that guy's up there.
Yeah, me too, actually. Alar, thank you. My telescope, please.
Yeah, and he hands it to you.
As he pulls out his telescope, I've come up onto the deck. I stand next to him and I pull out that bigger telescope that I found, and I look as well.
Fantastic.
What if you hold them together like this?
What are we looking at, Captain?
And you see a ship, and it is racing to intercept you. You see a flag. It is a black pirate flag. However, as opposed to Crossbone's design, you see a polished iron ladle and a cleaver, both rendered in sort of gleaming silver thread, and behind the cross, a faint outline of a cooking pot is visible, painted in deep crimson. Please roll me a perception or a history, I suppose.
Yay. History.
Anyone
Here we
who
go.
is paying attention to that.
Ooh, 19 for Morrow.
Fantastic.
18 for Eldrick.
18 for
18.
Darvin.
Fantastic. This is a ship that all of you have heard of, though none of you have ever encountered. This is the ship of Captain Armo Iron Ladle Brine, an infamous pirate, larger-than-life character, unmatched in his skill in both combat and cuisine. You know that he wields a cleaver-like battle axe in one hand and a polished iron ladle in the other, which he uses to devastating effect, both as a weapon and as a culinary tool. Armo's dream has been to compile a book called Savor the Seas, the ultimate pirate cookbook, and has spent his sailing life scouring the seas looking for exotic ingredients. I believe we will now take our break, and that is where
Awesome.
we will come back.
Too good.
I feel like Morrow's looking through the telescope, and he's like, "Oh, Sue is going to love this one." Hey everybody, we're back from our snack break, and the only reason I'm doing it, Chelsea, is because I'm supposed to do the ad
Oh, right.
read.
I was just about to talk
She gave me a
over you.
look. She's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I was like,
Right,
"Oh,
I
sorry."
forgot.
Gavin's
Go
DMing
ahead.
the second half.
Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm just
over.
taking over. DM
That would be
takeover.
a fun challenge. We have 4 DMs. That would actually be really fun.
That'd actually be really weird.
Pass off
Every
Especially
episode
if we didn't
swap.
know when.
Oh, that would be so good. We should
But
do
we'd
it.
all be aware of the story unless we weren't.
No, if you
And
had to
then-
like,
Unless we
DM
weren't.
would have to challenge, then you'd have to throw dice, and then if you win, you get to take over. And
Oh,
I
and
love
take
this
over the
idea.
scene. That would be
like
fun.
an
Like
improv
scene
one.
takeover.
Yes,
Oh,
and.
That's a good one.
That
shot.
would actually be really fun.
I had an idea as well. Yesterday morning, I thought it'd be really fun to do a one shot where the rolls are reversed as far as what you roll. So if somebody's like, make an insight check, we get to make like the DM's check, and we actually switch
Like you
it.
roll for each other.
So I roll for the DM, you don't roll for me.
Huh.
So when you're doing combat, you roll for me. We just switch it.
That hurts my
Interesting.
brain.
In my
Yeah.
brain.
The math, the math would be hard.
It would make it pretty hard.
It would.
That's what. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ad read.
yeah.
Well done, ad read. Let's talk about one of our sponsors, which is UFF Adventurers. Grabbing an outfit that captivates bards and spellcasters alike? Ascend above the Vault Cafe in Nanaimo to discover UFF Screen Printing Studio, where creativity and quality do collide. With almost 2 decades, that's a very long time, of printcraft expertise, UFF brings your visions to life in high quality glory. Whether you're an artist, a touring band, or a brand on a quest for a standout gear, UFF has got your back. Why remain pure mortal? Head to uffscreenprinting.com. That's uffscreenprinting.com. And unleash your ideas with UFF, where every project is pure enchantment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm so enchanted right now.
So enchanted.
who would have thought that putting brand and band together was so hard?
Totally. That was ChatGPT just fucking me up. But
Alrighty. So,
thanks, UFF.
thanks, UFF.
Thanks,
Thank
UFF.
you.
Thanks, you.
His name is also Maro.
Yes, Maro.
Maro.
That threw me. I was at
Model.
Iron Oxide and they were like, "Oh, those are really nice shirts." And I was like, "Thanks, UFF did them." And he was like, "Oh, I heard Maro." And I was like,
Cat.
"What?" I was like the cat or
Also, I don't think I'm saying it right, but I'm closer. Like it's.
You have to roll the R.
Yeah,
on
he
that
says
one.
it with a really thick Argentinian accent.
Yeah.
I haven't got it right yet.
And Iron Oxide had said it right too, but what I heard, I was like, no, not that.
not
And
the-
he was like,
not the
no,
cat.
the owner's name is. And I was like, oh,
No,
I see,
it
I
was
see.
Darvin did the design.
Darvin did it.
yeah.
So when last you left off, what feels like to listeners probably 2 minutes, there was a ship trying to intercept you. You all recognize this to be the ship of Armo the Iron Ladle Brine, and a captain of some renown who none of you have met, though all of you have heard of. As the ship approaches, you notice a changing of the flags. His flag is lowered and then rehoisted with a white flag below, the flag of Parley.
Arm the cannons just in case. Wouldn't be the first time a dirty pirate tried to play a trick on us. Be ready.
Arm the cannons!
Aye,
Arm the cannons, Captain!
Hoist the mainsail.
Shoot a hole in that thing!
You hear a door with this. You hear a door below. You hear a door below open. There's a 19 on the dice. You hear what sounds like a squeak, like a gym shoes on a gym, followed by a very meaningful silence.
It's a
And then
heavy silence.
it is a heavy, heavy silence, and then slow, purposeful steps before you hear the doors, like the portholes for the cannons start to fling open. You'll probably be quote unquote hearing about this later, but yeah. The ship approaches and pulls alongside, and standing against the lower rigging, you see a fairly large crew, also at the ready, though not armed, and a very generic captain's outfit, a golden red jacket with a golden trim, and a large hat, as a half-orc stands at the side, and you notice on his side what appears to be a ladle, a large silver ladle, and he calls out and he says, I am looking for the one they call Sushi Chef.
I am Sue.
You have been avoiding me.
Who are you?
You know me.
Barely.
You should know of me. You should strive to want to be like me.
I've heard whispers in the dark alleys.
Good, it's where I like them.
I'll bet.
I challenge you.
Challenge me?
I do, in the language of our people. And you see him turn his back, and he waves his hands up, and you see a gentleman move forward with a horn, and he makes a very regal horn music as the captain turns back around and says, I challenge you to a captain's feast, Sargasso. You will meet me there 5 days from now, and we shall meet in the marketplace. And you know a captain's feast to be essentially a cooking competition.
I know what it is. You don't have to tell me.
And he says, first though, we must speak the words. And he takes in a deep breath and goes, and he waits your response.
He looks at him and he just bears down and he says, you're getting rusty. 5 days.
You kiss your mother with that mouth.
You're fucking bet I do.
I will see you then.
5 days.
The ship turns dramatically and sails.
Turn the props.
Does the tank turn?
And he stands there awkwardly as the ship takes its time to turn and sails into the distance in the direction of Sargasso.
Val's like pushing the wind against them to like make it slower.
Nice.
So he turns on his heels and his hair is kind of in a fluff on the way. And he just like turns and he's just like, huh. And he just heads back downstairs to the galley.
Beautiful.
Warbles turns to Darvin. The fuck was that?
Eldrick turns
I
to
really don't know, mate.
Eldrick turns to Captain. What the fuck was that?
Captain Morrow, roll me a history.
Ooh, 17 plus 4, 21.
21. You have heard rumor of a captain's feast. It is a thing only of legend, a contest in ye olde days to the death. Though these days is more akin to an Iron Chef type challenge. There will be a prize, usually something offered by each competitor, and it is done very publicly, typically a marketplace where the people will judge.
Yeah, I would relay all that information.
You would also know that this is, to decline this would be political death for a chef.
Oh, wow.
It would seem our very own sushi chef has been summoned for one of the more notable challenges in the culinary circles, one that he cannot willingly turn down, nor would he, knowing who he is.
I look over him and say, don't worry, mate. He's an idiot sandwich.
He's gone.
A little porthole. You bet he is.
Yeah, perfect.
Is Sargasso where we're going?
No.
Sargasso is not. Sargasso is back where Archie is, where you picked up Thal in the first place, where Captain Blackthorn
Oh, yes.
is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
got 5 days to get
that
back
way,
there.
though, right?
Sorry?
From where we were.
Yeah, if you
we
head
were
to
going
Sargasso is
Saya
about
and Sargasso.
in 4 to 5 days away, maybe 3 with Thal, and then Saya from there is about 2 to 3 days. You can kind of zigzag there.
Well, if he was going to the same spot, why don't we just go together?
Why don't
You mean we should race him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Captain. Let's race him.
Drag.
Or we can just put Sue on their ship and we can continue about our mission.
What about his supplies?
Less popular idea, I guess.
So you got to go to Lillooet anytime soon, or?
So I'm trying to figure out the math in our head. Are we able to head to Tana before this?
Not if you want to do it in the time.
Okay, then no, we are. This is not something.
This is not something we can turn down. We set sail for Sargasso.
Yeah, okay. Let's race that ship. Hey, Thal,
Yes, Darvin?
guess what we're going to do?
What are we going to do?
You see that ship over there?
Yep.
I want you to help us go past it
Okay, right now?
real fast.
Okay. And she closes her eyes and she puts her hands on her head and she...
Mara holds on to the railing.
Nothing happens.
Come on, Thal, I know you can do it. And
I'm trying.
Thal, I'm telling you, you're the best at this. We think you're the best at this. We believe in you.
You've done it before. We believe in you.
She's not even paying attention to you. She beams, and the ship lurches as it just starts flying. You start to catch up to this ship over the coming time. For a little bit, you do that awkward thing, like where you say goodbye to someone and then you are walking in the same direction. So you kind of you
I
do
found
see
in your
this.
general direction.
You see this awkward moment where the iron ladle doesn't seem quite sure what to do with this, and so he like jumps back where he was standing before with his hand on his hip holding onto the rope as you very, very slowly pass him, and he waves his ladle at you and calls out something in Draconic, though you are too far away to hear. You make incredible time. Now that you know kind of the secret to unlocking Thal's powers, her ego takes a boost, I imagine, and you make it there in 3 days. Anything that you would have been trying to accomplish in this time?
Morrow would be going into his captain quarters and finding every notable book on culinary expertise, rare recipes, anything like that, and he would go to Sue and be like,
I realize the importance of such an event for a chef like yourselves, or for a chef like yourself. I am at your beckoning call for what you may need. Anything. What can I do?
Well, I think we should throw a net over the back of the boat, see what we can catch,
Wise, yes.
and what's going to be fresh. And short of that, I think I got the rest of it.
All right.
Morrow heads upstairs and lets Thistle, or no, who's our deckhand? It's
You've got
Finnegan.
Bristle and you got Finnegan.
right. I'm
Teeth.
gonna ask the two of them to set the nets.
Fantastic. They do set the nets, and over the next couple of days, they do manage to pull in a variety of different seafoods and tuna and swordfish and all sorts of strange and cool things.
Any
Sue,
merman?
you got some tuna.
Hey, merman.
Merman. Sorry, no merman.
God damn it. Would have made a great centerpiece.
This
Sean, spit take.
Oh, is there a spit take?
Almost.
Into the king.
Almost. Fantastic. On the third night, the ship does slow down at nighttime. Thal does in fact need to sleep, and the ship actually stops for a little bit. Would anyone investigate that, or would you like a perception on that?
Oh yeah, like unnaturally stops.
It does come to a stop, which
Yeah.
is not necessarily between the various watches and stuff. Typically, you are on the go.
Yeah, Morrow would absolutely investigate that.
Fantastic, yeah. You go up top and you see the deckhands as well as Zarek holding on to a rope that is in the water.
Is it merman?
Zarek signs to you it is not in fact a merman, and then signs again to you that Gilda's going for a swim.
That's it stopped our ship and he's got a rope attached to her. Yeah. All right, excellent. Morrow knows sign language, common sign language, and signs back.
Anything I should be aware of?
He signs back looking for ingredients.
How long?
He does the not sure, not long.
Okay. Morrow will nod, but furrow his brow confused. And like he heads back to his quarters, but like looks back at Zarek and like pauses and then turns back and continues walking to his quarters.
Perfect. The ship gets moving again, not very long after, with a little bit of a boost. Thal was up there at the time, so it seems she's kind of skipped bedtime there. And in the morning, Sue, you come into Gilda in the kitchen, and she says, "I got a surprise for you. It's in the cooler."
Well, the last surprise you left all on the counter here.
Technically, that was not mine.
Wow.
Touche.
This podcast is not safe for work.
So he would go look in. She said the freezer.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cooler. Yeah.
In the cooler,
so you get there and you see some very sizable sea urchins, and you being an expert sushi chef would know that uni is the edible part of a sea urchin and quite highly prized and difficult to get, especially in a time where they don't have scuba diving gear. However, you assume that Gilda probably sinks like a rock.
His eyes would just be like a glow. He would be just like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for doing that."
It's not a problem. We will keep your counters clean from now on.
Cool. And I'm also going to need your help in this competition that we're getting into.
Okay.
This is not so much about me itself, but it's about the ship.
Okay.
And how is there anything? I think a fusion of hot and cold would be fantastic to offer.
I think that would be cool. Yeah, let's do that.
And
All
so-
right.
Yeah. So we just work together. We work together in order to.
Fantastic. I would urge you to start thinking about that.
Cool.
Fantastic.
I love that she said, "I'll keep your counters clean," not that we won't have sex in your kitchen.
We'll clean up after
We'll
us.
sterilize afterwards. Yeah.
Fantastic. You arrive in Sargasso if there's nothing else anyone else would have wanted to be doing.
Oh, I wanted to at some point approach Thal and just hey Thal.
Yeah.
I've noticed you've been doing a lot of good work around here, love, and you really are helping out with getting this ship moving. And I just wanted to see, in your days that you've been here, all the things I've taught you. Is there anything that you think you could add to that or change that would help? What would you like to do around here a little bit?
I mean, I kind of like what I'm doing. I like helping with the wind, and I like I don't know, just anything that's useful. I'm just happy to be here.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just wondering if you've picked up anything that, you could even teach me.
I could no, you probably wouldn't know wind walking.
Wind walking. No.
Oh yeah, check this out. And she closes her eyes and starts to smile. And then this blast of air comes from behind her, and she steps up onto it, and for a moment appears to be walking on the wind, only a couple feet before she kind of wobbles and lands. She goes,
Whoa.
"Do you think you could try it?" Here, let's try it. And she blasts wind towards you.
Okay.
I would like you to roll me a dexterity.
Which you think I would be better on, but I'm not.
Nobody thinks Darvin's good at that.
Natural 20.
Yo!
It For a moment, it definitely has that feeling. Not that Darvin would know, but you know when you're at the airport and you try and like walk along one of those like flat escalator thingies,
yeah,
where you're
yeah.
like, oh no,
Sidewalks.
it definitely like scoops you up, and then maybe because Darvin doesn't overthink it, he just starts walking as if he's walking on a plank or whatever.
Whoa, look. Val, what do you want? It's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
so
I've got to
good.
stop though, and then you drop, but land nimbly on your feet.
And the other thing, Val, is I think that this sword is cursed.
Oh my gosh!
And I've got the mop in one hand, and I've got the bone sword in the other.
You've got two of them.
And I just take the bone sword and I throw it overboard, and I just keep the mop.
That's probably for the best.
I think that one was cursed, but I think this is the good one.
I think that is the good one.
All right, we'll keep this one.
I just had a thought though.
What?
Maybe bring that one as well as your other axes just in case.
Oh,
Don't bring it instead,
all right.
just in case.
I think it's magical, though.
Okay, but what if? Yeah. Okay.
Maybe you could carry my axes for me.
There's this part of me that really feels like maybe. You know what? You do you. I trust you.
Improvised weapon.
Fantastic.
1d6.
Wonderful. Great. Anything else anyone else doing?
No.
Sue is studying. I mean, working with Gilda. Fantastic. You arrive back in Sargasso, and it is bustling as ever. And you no longer see the Iron Ladle's ship behind you. You have long since passed it, thanks to Thal and the ongoing compliments. And arriving in Sargasso, is there anything anyone would like to do beforehand?
As we approach, this is where Archie is, right?
This is where Archie is.
Morrow scans the docks looking for Archie.
Roll me a investigation, please.
10 and I think 4, so let's call it 14, but it might be higher. No, it's lower, 13.
You do not notice Archie.
Oh, thank God. Let's dock and start getting set up for Sue.
Fantastic. Anything else anyone else was wanting to do as they're arriving here in Sargasso?
Maybe I would just talk to the rest of the crew and say, let's just keep that Archie away from her if you can, lads.
Agreed.
I still don't know what to think of him, especially as an Iron Quill. We didn't know. I mean, there's all sorts of weird stuff going on here.
Roll me an investigation. Or a perception, rather.
Natural 7. 7, 8, 9.
9. Nothing.
I just wanted to tell the crew, like, let's keep our eyes out for him.
For sure.
He's there. Can we just say that Warbles sees him but has no idea who he is? So.
Warbles is
Wonderful.
like giving a close eye. All I see is a young lad.
Holding hands with Thal.
What?
No, kidding.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Fantastic. Alrighty, so you have arrived in Sargasso and you are headed to set up. And the challenge had been set for 5 days. You're here a day early, so you can assume that.
We take the best spot.
Yeah, wonderful, perfect.
I'm going to go and try and find Anna.
Fantastic. Sue certainly would know that this would be a challenge set for when the market opens the next morning, when everything is still fresh, and that it would take place in the market. And when you get there, Finnan and Bristle would take the initiative to go and tell the town about the challenge coming up, and this is quite a grand show. So the town will take care of the setup, and certainly the name Sue, She-Chef, and Iron Ladle would be the tournament of the century.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
heck yeah.
Warbles is just gonna every time he walks somewhere, he's like, this used to be better. This used to be a nice coffee shop. I don't know what happened. This town's really changed. It's
so big
It
now.
used to be like a place where, like, you know, the locals would go, but God, it's just so big now.
Okay, boomer.
Real boomer.
Yeah, real.
Fantastic. And you are headed to, so you're going to look for Anna. Where would Darvin go to look for Anna?
Well, I'm going to go back to the pub. I can't remember what it was called now.
The Salted Kraken.
I'm going to go to the Salted Kraken, and I'm just going to look around, sniff around a little, see if I can see Anna around.
Fantastic. Yeah. Give me an investigation.
Come on, Anna. Nine.
No.
You do not see Anna. You see many people around, including Skreek, who's cradling a mead or a wine, and he gives you a nod as you come in.
Is there anyone like Anna adjacent? Like,
Her sister is Tana.
No.
damn.
This is sort of like the mid-morning crowd, so it
Oh,
definitely
okay.
is
Okay.
like the people who've probably been there since 8.
I Skreek.
Yeah.
You seen Anna around?
Oh.
Oh, don't worry about it, mate.
He's back to his drink.
During the few days of sailing, Eldrick noticed his stores of tide blossoms were getting a little low. He was tempted to maybe try to reconnect with his storm magic at some point along the way, but didn't because of that. So he wants to go on a little mission to try and score some from the locals.
Fantastic. Roll me an investigation.
Oh boy.
Just so you have time to think about it, Morrow wants to head to Blackthorn.
Blackthorn. Fantastic.
14.
14. It takes a little while. Eldrick has been into Sargasso before. He knows what he's looking for. He knows who he's looking for. And it takes some wandering and some very pointed whistles before you see a flash of blue out the corner of your eye down one of the alleyways. And you turn and you see another Fearbog leaning against a wall.
I was just wondering if you might know where I could get some of the good stuff from Brianhold.
Oh, I mean, you know where you can find it. And he kind of nods down to an almost identical pouch. And he goes, oh, wait, no, sorry, that's Miss Knack pouch. And he nods down to the other side. He goes, you know where you can find it.
You're going to sell me your personal collection?
This is not my personal collection.
I was hoping for, I use it as very ritual, kind of ceremonial, on a regular. I need a lot, is what I'm getting at.
Oh,
Just like maybe a pound of the dried
a
stuff.
pound. Oh, all right. Well, what ship you're at, and I can give it down to you.
It's called the Scurvy Lady.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Not my name, but
Sure.
I eat lots of vegetables. Never had the scurvy.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, that's what we were talking about. Absolutely. I'll be bringing it down to you. You know the price. It'll be about 14 gold, 15 gold. Depends.
I'll give you 20.
Oh,
give me the good ones.
Okay. They're all good, aren't they?
Can I look around? Is there any like places?
Wait, is Eldrick done?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, and you later on that evening, a pouch is dropped off for you, and money is exchanged, and blah blah blah. Yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. Can I? Or would we know if there's any supply stores like I could buy, like say, armor from or anything like that of that ilk? We never asked that before. I don't think.
You absolutely can. Yeah, there's a smithy, fairly well-known smithy, not far off the main docks and everything.
I'm gonna try and get my. I want to try and get my AC up. What have they got in there?
I would urge you, depending. So, what you have is you have unarmored defense. Above table chat here, you have unarmored defense.
Oh.
With 2024, if you wear heavy armor, you will not be able to rage. Because for some reason, plate
But what about
armor won't let you get mad.
What about a shield?
Oh yeah, you could do a shield. Then you
Because
would.
then I could do shield bash as my second attack potentially, right?
Yeah, do you have a proficiency with shields?
Yeah, you took fighter,
if he
didn't
is
you?
fighter.
Yeah, you did.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm a
For sure.
fighter.
I'm a fighter.
Yeah, it says it's a. Oh no, it says it doesn't say anything about proficiency. Where would that be?
Under P.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm good. I got the thumbs up from somebody that knows way more than me.
You're good.
Perfect. Yeah, so you go and you find some fairly basic shields. This is a place that kind of, it doesn't create very specialty stuff, but there are certainly shields. You could get a basic shield, which would give you a +2 bonus to your AC, and it costs 10 gold pieces.
Oh, there's nothing fancier.
Nothing fancy.
What about in the island? There's nothing fancy.
Not here. Not in Sargasso. Fuck. You'd have to try Saya for something fancy.
Warbles would probably tag along as well and try and bum some gold off of Darvin and look for a concertina.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Here you go, mate. Yeah, no worries.
Well, thank you.
How much do you need? How much would you need?
I don't know. Counting for inflation, it's really hard to tell these days.
I'll take the shield. I'll take the shield just so I've got it.
Cool. Okay, sounds good. So
Ten-
yeah, so
10
that'll be
gold?
10 gold. Yeah.
Okay.
A concertina would be about 10 to 25 gold.
Yeah, it doesn't need a fancy one.
Cool.
Just
So,
needs
yeah,
to hold the tune.
You find an interesting little store called Nori's Nook that has one actually hanging in the wind, and it's
Darvin, look at this. Darvin.
He's pulling on his sleeve.
Get it, mate. Get it. Get after it. Yeah. We're just having a little boy shopping day.
shopping.
Also, I'm very naked. I just realized.
Do you need clothes, mate?
Yeah, that'd be great. Warbles is only going to look for a vest, and that's it. Like, all right, good to go.
Fantastic. You find one. We'll include it in the cost.
Okay,
Cool.
sounds good. I had 548 gold. I've put it down to 518.
Perfect.
That
Cool.
sound about good?
Sure, whatever.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Is Warbles multi-classing to Bard now?
Nope.
Awesome. And Morrow is headed up to see Blackthorn.
Yes.
Fantastic.
He,
Solo. You got about 24 hours. Anyone going, or are you going by yourself?
I think initially he was going to go by himself.
Sweet. Okay, cool.
He pokes around the gates and is waiting for Archie to probably show up and nag him saying Blackthorn is unavailable.
Yeah. Archie does come up, but from behind you, while you're at the gates, and he says, "Captain, what can I be doing for you?"
You are very predictable, Archie. And he turns around. I'm actually glad to see you. I was hoping to speak with you. How have you been?
It's all right.
What have you been up to?
This.
Just standing there.
He sort of like waves his hands around and goes, "Running errands, usual."
Ah, I see. Can I ask you something? Do you mind? We walk for a minute.
He glances over his shoulder, noticing the guards previously that were at the gates before.
Sure. Lead the way.
And he just starts like casually walking.
What? And maybe we've had this discussion before, but what do you know of the Heart of the Tides?
Heart of the Tides. Just a fisherman's tale.
Right.
And above table quick, Sargasso is where we went into that adventure, like behind and like the center thing.
Yeah.
Did anything come of the that central area that me and my crew had visited? We had discovered an individual there that had been infected. Anything else come out of that?
No, I can't say it did. I think Skreek sent some people to go check it out after the job was done, but nothing ever came out.
Right. I think my last question is related to Thal. Your intentions.
Nothing, just want to treat it a good time. You know, I can be a gentleman.
Right.
You can roll me an insight if you'd like.
I would like to. It's wisdom. I'm not using my other card for that. I was considering using this, but it's 8.
Yeah, it seems kind of cool as a cucumber. Difficult to get a read on, and because you walking around, he keeps sort of looking around and looking away from you. Bit tricky to get a read on him.
I do have another question, actually, if you don't mind. Unless you have something to get to.
Not really.
Good. Blackthorn, how is he? I know he had that wounds previously. Is he still unable to meet with anybody?
Starting to do a bit better. Maybe come back later, tomorrow, something like that.
Sure. If you wouldn't mind putting in a word for me, I could do a favor if it says of that type of needs.
I don't think he's really into cats. He had a wife.
That's not what I was getting at. I appreciate the... just trying to find some information. We have some new details on this quest for the Heart of the Tide, and I'm curious if Blackthorn has any insights that I might find useful.
Gotcha. Yeah, sure, I could put in a good word. What's in it for me?
If you actually put in a good word, perhaps a evening dinner with Thal.
Done. Absolutely. I will put in a good word with the master of the house, and in turn, I get dinner with Thal. Agreed?
On our ship.
On your ship. Secondary piece, ship stays moored on the docks.
Agreed.
Deal. Darvin doesn't get to hang me over any ships anymore.
Darvin, sorry, say that again?
Darvin doesn't get to hang me over the edge of any ships anymore.
Oh, I can't speak for Darvin.
Fine, we'll figure it out.
I will ask him to behave. This is an agreement we have. As long as you are civil, I don't believe there'll be an issue.
Deal. Only if Thal wants to see me, though. Not weird. Don't want to make her.
I will ask her.
Good. Sounds good. Yeah. All right. Well, here, you could maybe give her something for me then. And he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out like a little pouch.
Okay.
And he hands it over. He goes, cool. I'll put in a good word. You come back later, tomorrow, or something.
Can I know what this is?
You're cool, pussycat. And he's gone.
He just pockets it, and he's gonna think about it.
Yeah.
Just pockets it.
Cool.
We'll see you later.
And he just heads back.
I can feel myself getting blotchy. Like I'm getting blotchy for sure.
Darvin is angry. Actually, I head to Darvin.
Fantastic. You head to Darvin. What would that look like?
I know where he is. He's around the pubs looking for Anna. And probably bump into... maybe I'm heading there, and I'm heading to the pub, but then I bump into them coming out of the shop.
Norisneck, yeah.
Marbles. Not marbles. Warbles.
Warbles, yeah.
Lovely,
we'll get there.
Lovely vests. Excellent choice.
Thank you.
Look at my shield, Captain.
It's so good.
Didn't you have a shield before?
Oh, I don't know.
It's excellent choice. Money well spent, Darvin.
Fuck.
I met with Archie.
What?
Yes. I needed a what is the fucking word I'm looking for? An audience with Blackthorn. In exchange of him putting in a good word, I agreed for him to have dinner with Thal on our ship. That's it.
What does Thal want to do?
I think you should ask her. I don't want her response being guided by the captain of the ship. I think the question coming from you would be more heartfelt, and you can let me know. If she's willing to, we may have a connection to Blackthorn, but we don't allude to the part with Blackthorn. I don't want her to make the decision based on us, but rather her willingness to meet with Archie.
What would Eldrick think?
I haven't spoken with Eldrick. Archie did give me this, though. I haven't looked at it.
I take it and I open it up right away.
Yeah. It is a very delicate gold chain with a sunflower pendant on it.
This could be cursed, Captain.
I don't think Archie is stupid enough to curse Thal.
Roll me an Arcana.
Ooh.
Like both of us, or?
Sure.
Okay.
I only say so because I know that as a barbarian you can cast a couple of spells. So
Arcana 13.
Mine was cocked.
Could Warbles as well?
yeah, you're there too.
Warbles, what do you think of this?
I got a 19.
Oh, hell yeah. I guess you're holding it. Makes sense.
Yeah, 16. But
16. You're not really sure, Morrow, simply because it is now like cupped in Darvin's hands, and now like Warbles is kind of in the mix too. The two of you get nothing magical off of it.
I'll keep a hold of this, Captain, if you don't mind.
Sorry?
I'm going to keep a hold of this.
Thal should receive it.
She will get it, yeah. Don't worry.
You can hold on to it, though.
Yeah, sure.
We do have an agreement with Archie. I don't want to go back on my word.
Wouldn't want to break an agreement with that little fuck.
We'd be breaking an agreement with Blackthorn. Look at it that way.
He's not looking at it any way in particular right now. He's just mad.
All right. Yeah, so Morrow's going to leave it with you to discuss with Thal.
Or just drop it down a drain. I didn't do that. Let's go find Eldrick.
Agreed.
And you do find Eldrick. Where would they find you?
Excuse me. He is just. I think he would have just recently met up with his Tide Blossom dealer down on the docks. They're not at the boat, but just kind of
Near.
enjoying some time on solid ground ish.
Roll me a religion.
Oh,
I don't know if I have religion. I have
Just pretend.
0, and I rolled a 3.
oh, you're losing your religion.
My God. That's gone.
All right. Sounds good. So you meet up with Eldrick. Is there a plan there, or are you just looking to go shopping again?
I think for Darvin, like he's so doesn't understand his emotions surrounding this whole thing, so he's just trying to get his crew back together.
Yeah.
To see if there's just anybody can kind of push him in the right direction, even though he's probably not going to take the advice.
Yeah.
He just
Cool.
wants to be around the advice.
Perfect. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Eldrick.
Aye?
So that little fucker, Archie,
Yes?
Captain's kind of sold Thal to him tonight.
I don't really know what that means.
It's a bit weird. She's going to have a dinner with him. Well, I guess if she wants to. And then we get to go and speak to that Captain Thornblack.
He kind of looks over to Morale and just raises his eyebrows.
Intel. Now is the time for information. If Thal is willing to have dinner with Archie.
All
it
right,
would seem-
that's the part I was interested in. If she gets to have a say in this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, right. She can say no, right?
If she says no, the deal's off.
Okay. And also, he gave her this magical necklace, and I just pass it. Do you think it's magic?
I don't know. Just give me a second or two, I guess.
Roll me an Arcana,
He's gonna. Okay.
or unless you had something you wanted to.
I have a detect magic that
Oh,
I can
perfect.
cast once, so I will cast a detect magic.
Fantastic. You at first get no magic off of it, and then you get a slight blip of something. There is, in fact, an enchantment on this necklace. It is a necklace of protection. Above table, it would increase a person's AC by +1.
No, looks pretty normal to me. No, he would pass that on and say, no, there's definitely some magic in here. It feels like actually Archie's trying to protect her in some way.
Do you think I can give it to her, mate?
I think it would be beneficial for her to have it.
Oh, all right. So, and I guess we should go and find Thal because she's kind of important at this moment.
Before we do,
Yes.
let's let her
I
decide.
just said your voice back to you for something. Yes.
It's all right. You and I change voices every now and then.
Before we do, let's be clear that we ask her about the dinner, unrelated to the gift and unrelated to Blackthorn. If the decision is, well, regardless of her decision, we can give her the gift. But I don't want either of those things to change her mind.
So, ask her if she wants to have dinner with Archibald. Don't mention Thornblack.
Yes.
Give her the necklace. Tell her it's magic.
Yes, only after she's decided whether or not to have dinner.
He's like really trying to remember the order of things.
Is there a reason why we don't just tell her what's going on?
I feel like Thal, she's a great crewmate. Telling her that we are using our connection with Archie to gain access to Blackthorn to better our chances of potentially finding the hearts of the tides, she would inevitably say yes to better the crew.
Right.
I don't
As would
want-
any of us.
Agreed. This is a potential relationship that she is maybe interested in and not one I'm willing to influence based on that information. I think that's unfair to put her in that situation.
Well, I don't think we're trying to get her married. I think she's just going to sit across from a table and have some mindless chit-chat with this stupid little shit.
Well, perhaps after, if she says no, we can say we're doing it for this.
Right.
And say, would you be willing to?
Little
You can still
coercion
say-
never hurt anybody.
But if she says yes.
Sounds really fucking sketchy to me, Captain. Are you a pimp?
I see what you're saying, though. You don't want her to feel manipulated into making a decision.
Exactly.
Even
Let's-
though every
let's
day
let
we
her make the decision.
Make decisions that way.
All right, so I go off to find Thal.
Okay. Yeah, and Thal's actually not too far away.
Yeah,
She's standing there listening to us.
staring at the necklace.
Hi. Yeah. No, she's
Hi, Thal, love.
yeah.
So I'll just Captain and it's already messing it up. Captain and me and some other of the friends. Anna wasn't there though.
Oh no.
Yeah, we were having I got a shield.
Oh wow! Look at that. That's gonna go so well with your mop.
Oh, I thought you were carrying a new dinner table for us.
Do you want me to paint a mop on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Cross mops.
Oh whoa!
Oh, cross mop
Love
crew.
it. With
Yeah.
a flat cap right in the middle.
Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm gonna maybe
I'll get
draw
right
that
on
later.
it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so anyway, besides all that, the captain was talking to young Archibald, your friend there. Yeah, he's a nice lad.
Yes, he's so nice.
Yeah. And, does he... No, don't worry about it. So, would you like to have dinner with him, Thal?
Really? Did he ask? Are you asking? Wait, or why are you asking?
No, he just wants to have... He said he wanted to have dinner with you. Say, oh, yeah, we can ask that. Oh, yeah, we have dinner later, mate, yeah.
That would be so nice.
Yeah, you're into that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And he gave us this to give to you, too.
And she opens it up and she like squeals, which I'll save all your ears. But she squeals.
I want to hear the squeal.
It's so cute.
Thank you. It's a magical amulet of kill vampire or something. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. He knows us so well.
Eldrick said it was really good. I didn't really listen to him.
Oh my god, that sounds just.
But you
like
can ask Eldrick and he'll
I'll
tell
ask
you.
Eldrick.
Yeah.
Amazing. When am I going for dinner? Right now?
Oh shit. And I kind of run back off towards the captain. Captain, when was she going for dinner?
Tonight.
Tonight.
On the ship, which must be moored.
Okay. Run back over. So you're going to do dinner tonight on the ship, Thal?
Oh my goodness, yes.
But the ship has to be moored. You has to stay here, okay?
Well, that's what that's
No
fine.
using any winds or anything.
No, I won't do that.
Don't let him know you've got the winds.
Usually ladies don't want boys to know that.
Yeah, don't show him your winds.
I won't. No. Wait,
Or-
what are we talking about the same thing?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Cool,
yeah.
cool.
All right, okay. And I just look over at Eldrick. I'm like, look at the captain. I'm like,
Eldrick looks over at Thal, and Thal's like, yeah, thumbs up too.
and yeah. And also, don't bother Sue, okay? He's really busy.
He's so busy.
Okay. You're doing a great job, though, Thal.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, we'll be off to see the captain later. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
As Darvin comes back, Morrow's like,
I just realized a potential complication in this situation.
What's
They
that?
are on our ship for dinner. Both our chefs are currently preoccupied.
Oh, fuck.
I think we can whip up something.
Yeah, I used to make
sure,
a yeah.
I mean,
I've been
I've been down there
I've got
when
a wicked potato recipe.
I think Zarek knows how to use the flour.
Maybe you'd like to eat this. And I fart into my hand and go, and just like wave it around.
so the four of us are going to go make dinner.
This will be great. Sue's probably got some leftover fish we can fry up.
Right.
Just don't tell Sue that we're going to cook the fish today.
I can make Jello.
I would have made a spit take.
So you can reproduce it.
It's called budding.
Rest in his spit take.
It's weird. I didn't even know you had genitals.
Oh, fantastic. So
How's Sue doing?
So he's rocking. He just needs to know. Do you want to get into this now?
I was going to say, for the sake of timing, what I am going to say is that a letter is delivered from Archie to you, which excuses him, but does explain that unfortunately Blackthorn requires him this evening, though he was hoping that Thal would be willing to schedule for the following evening.
Yeah, Morrow would write back agreeing.
Fantastic.
It's probably for the best for really.
We're in the kitchen and it stinks.
Are you sure this is a potato? I don't think it is.
And the letter explains that the Sargasso is preparing for some large event coming on the following morning, and that unfortunately he is needed. So you gathered that to perhaps be this captain's feast. Mm-hmm. So is there anything that Sue is doing, or would you like me to take us into the next morning?
Just wondering, how many people will I be cooking for?
You will be cooking for 3, as is tradition. And they will be selected, you're not certain how, and that there will be 3 parts to the challenge.
What are those 3 parts?
You would know from your history here that the 3 parts is the speedy prep, where you will be quickly gathering your ingredients from the market, attempting to beat your rival. Speed will be important. There will be the element of actually cooking, entertainment, the flavor of the actual the performance essentially, and then the presentation and taste test, of course.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So as long as I have all my ingredients, I'm good to go.
Fantastic. So you are allowed to bring 1 major ingredient with you, as well as some generic basics. However, anything else you need, you will be searching for within the market. You do know Sargasso's market to be very well equipped, however.
It doesn't have crabmen.
It doesn't. Would you like to bring the crabmen in as your major ingredient?
Well, I would bring that in as one of them.
I would say that perhaps if you're trying to bring in more than 1 item, you might be trying to sneak that in then.
So is that a stealth?
It would be a stealth, yes.
Right up the butt.
It would be a stealth. Sorry, just picturing. Woo. Okay, yeah, it would be a stealth.
Okay. Well,
Fantastic.
I don't think he needs to sneak it in. If he's allowed 1 major ingredient, that's one of.
Yeah, fantastic.
And the rest he would find in the market.
Exactly.
I'm assuming everything
Yes.
else is.
Yeah, you'll be able to find that.
Okay.
Wonderful. Morning comes, and like a boxer entering the ring, you awaken and you discover that the ship has arrived, and the cheers and the music and the chanting from the marketplace suggests that your competitor may have already been there. You walk up the docks with your crew behind you. How is Sue prepared himself for this event?
He would have done push-ups.
Amazing. Perfect. That's it.
Maybe a couple leg lifts. He's ready,
Great.
and he'll take his sushi knives and probably swing them around in the air, and he can twirl them like drumsticks.
Wonderful.
All right, so he's good to go.
Fantastic. You enter the market, and as you do, you notice a huge crowd, and amongst that crowd, you see in the far end there is there is your competitor. He is no longer dressed in his regal red and gold, but rather is wearing what appears to be a chef's coat with the sleeves cut off. He has with him his large cleaver-like axe, as well as his ladle with him, and he is standing near one of two tables, prep tables, facing across from each other, and he just stands there and flexes, really. Nearby, there is a table with three people sitting at it, and you recognize none of them. They appear to probably have been chosen at random, or perhaps they hold some positions in town here. However, you know that tradition states that these people would be as neutral as possible.
Cool.
Fantastic. As you enter into this area, a woman steps forth and sort of starts like trying to get hyping the crowd up a little bit and waving her arms around, and everyone starts cheering. And you know that the tradition is that the challenger steps forward and announces his challenge. He says, "Sushi chef, I challenge you to this contest, and I have a request for what you shall offer. If I win, you will never cook in Sargasso again." You hear from sort of behind and to the left of you, Skreek go, "No!" He's quite fond of your bisque. And the Iron Ladle then reaches into his pocket and pulls out a beautiful, what you'd know to be a Yanagiba sushi knife, and lays it out across the table and says, "In return, if you win, I will give you this for my personal collection."
Sue is going to look at the knife and he's going to kind of scoff. He's going to take his two sushi chef knives and just kind of park them right in the boards in front of him.
Cool.
And be like, "Well, I already got one more than you, but I'll take your knife."
He says nothing, but he sneers a little bit. He's not impressed by you.
No biggie.
The MC steps forward, and you see that she is wearing a very decorative dress. It is clearly her absolute best, and she casts a quick spell, and her voice booms out over the crowd. "Everybody, we're about to begin. Oh my goodness, I never thought we'd see something like this here in Sargasso. In one corner, we have Sushi Chef, who will be cooking. I don't know if cooking's the right word. Creating something amazing. And over here we have Iron Ladle, who will also be creating something. Anyway, let's just get to it. So here's how this is going to go. We're going to set a timer, and you are going to each get to run around and get all of your ingredients as quickly as possible. The first one back successfully with all of their ingredients will get points on their side. Please do not start cooking until we say you may. Are you ready?"
Yes.
Fantastic. And the Iron Ladle also nods his head. And she waves her hand, and a firework shoots into the sky. What are you searching for first?
I am going to. I'm going to get seaweed.
Seaweed?
Yep.
Fantastic. You race off in the direction of the vendor you know sells seaweed. I need you to roll me a dexterity. We're going to do an acrobatics to make your way through the crowd. And the Iron Ladle takes off in the opposite direction.
23.
Oof. Fantastic. Nimbly and effortlessly, you dart between the crowd and easily find seaweed. What else are you looking for?
I am going to. I'm going to grab some sourdough breadsticks.
Fantastic. You easily, with a 23, find your way to the sourdough breadsticks and begin quickly grabbing your other ingredients. I will now get you to roll me. I will get you to roll me a perception for one ingredient you are struggling to find.
Perception. So 13 plus 6 would be 19.
Phenomenal. Easily, you find the vendor you thought was there is not there. Looking around quickly, though, you notice that they have simply moved across the lane, and you are easily able to dart your way there. Your dexterity on the battlefield loans itself well to this type of contest. Roll me a perception check.
16.
16. Phenomenal. You hear from the other side of the crowd shouts, and some little old lady goes, "You brute!" As you can see that the Iron Ladle does not have the dexterity you have, and is just using elbows and hips to shove his way through the crowd, though that has slowed him down. You start to make your way back to the table, and as you do, with all of your prizes, two fairly large gentlemen sort of move and mosey into your way, and kind of cross their arms, their backs turned to you. I need you to roll me one more dexterity.
Can I use Misty Step?
You sure can. Phenomenal. There is a gasp, and people look over at the MC before she starts smiling and clapping excitedly. They're clearly trying to take her lead on whether or not this is allowed. This is not just allowed, but encouraged. Certainly the flavor of that magic is appreciated.
Just have the puff of smoke.
Yeah, exactly. The crowd lets out a roar as you place your items down and stand there ready to cook. It takes a good 40 more seconds for your competitor to make their way back. They are sweaty. They look like they are quickly checking through all of his ingredients. And as he puts everything down and puts his hands flat on the table, the sign that he's ready to cook, you see him quickly scan and swear he has apparently missed something.
More like the lead ladle.
Love you, Sue. Roll me a charisma. Eldrick.
What? Oh. I was laughing to myself. 6 plus just straight charisma?
Yeah.
10 total.
A couple of people sort of chitter and laugh, but for the most part, they don't notice. The MC stands there and looks at both of you before firing off a second firework. It is now time for the cooking challenge.
So before we get into that, can I ask just a mechanics?
Absolutely.
Because I've created a menu, amongst menus.
I waited until you were done writing before we moved on.
I'm just wondering, like, do I have all the ingredients I need?
With your rolls, you absolutely do.
Perfect.
Phenomenal.
Can I ask a quick question as well?
Absolutely.
Is the MC Anna?
Roll me a perception.
Is she a judge at the table?
Intimidation.
21.
21. It is not Anna. However, out of the corner of your eye, you see a flash of green, a green that you recognize to be Anna's cloak. She is across the way and on the other side. She makes eye contact with you, and then demurs, her eyes going to the ground, however, not avoiding you, rather blushing. She gives you a little wave across the crowd, apparently a little embarrassed. Back to the cooking challenge. All right. So, you must, Sue is aware, cook using pirate methods. The whole point of this, bear with me, the whole point of this is to show what a phenomenal cook you are as you sail the, I was going to say 7 seas, however many seas this world has. Anything that adds that flavor of piratiness, roasting over a fire, braising with salt water, or using something enchanted, whatever it is, will be given additional points, though you won't be docked for not having used so. I would like you to describe the beginning of your cooking.
Sue is gonna. I would imagine he has a very powerful liquor. And he would How would he do that? He would like take that in and he would light it out of his mouth. He would just like spit it like a flame out of his mouth.
Phenomenal. I would love you to roll me a performance.
Is there anything us as the crew can do to help?
Would pirate methods involve stealing ingredients from the other table?
It would not. And in fact, you know that tampering is very tricky and can be punished quite harshly. However, you also know that a big part of this is that the judges are supposed to reflect the common folk, the crowd. So perhaps some crowd work would be an effective assistant.
There is a shanty that he always hears Sue sing when he's cooking, and he starts like singing it, like stands on top of a barrel and starts like singing the sea shanty and gets the other crew going, and like we all start like starting to get the crowd going. Yeah.
Let's hear it. Or once. It's great.
Roll me performance with advantage.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
If this succeeds, I will give Sue inspiration.
Performance with advantage.
We were all performing, though.
Yeah.
That's why he got advantage.
Oh, okay. Is that performance intelligence? No, it's charisma. How did I roll so low on my performance on my charisma? How about persuasion?
I will allow you.
He said persuading her.
I will allow you to use your charisma check, your charisma card. Did you say that you have one?
I don't. I think mine's
is it?
intelligent.
Oh,
It's
I thought you said-
intelligence.
okay.
May I use mine?
You do have it.
Well, would intelligent?
No, just
I'm going to allow one more performance roll from Warbles before we do a card trade because you have a new instrument.
The concertina.
concertina.
He was jamming the concertina while we were doing that.
Yeah,
he
the
was.
C
He already
Come on,
knows
baby.
how
Come
to
on,
play
baby.
it.
That's a 9, but I am going to use my charisma card.
Fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Throwing the cards this session.
Thank you so much. Okay, so an automatic natural 20 on a charisma roll. For a moment, the crowd hesitates, not really sure if they're understanding Morrow's words. And Morrow's not really sure if he actually knows the words all that well.
I'm like kind of saying,
started it.
like have some of the lyrics, and then I'm like, yeah.
And then out of nowhere, Warbles actually recognized this. This is a very old sea shanty.
This was new.
Warbles like, this just came out.
This is number 1 in the charts.
Top of the pops. And yeah, hey, that one's for us. Warbles seamlessly jumps in and starts bellowing this at the top of his lungs, and everyone joins in. Sue, you are bolstered by this, and you now have inspiration.
I'm going to take my inspiration and roll with advantage on my. It was performance check.
Yeah, I don't know if that's how inspiration works, but I'm
not sure. I'm not sure.
Inspiration
Tell
is
me-
like
tell me.
your what is it? A D?
Gavin never gave us
Inspiration is
inspiration.
advantage.
It's an advantage.
It's advantage.
Is it advantage?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just like when you get inspiration,
Oh, yeah, I
you get
thought it
to
was
roll a D6 or something.
Oh,
on
you
that's
meant
bardic
like as
inspiration.
my bardic inspiration. No, I meant like I was just trying
You
to.
were just gonna. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna allow an advantage roll.
Okay, or
Okay.
I could roll a d6 too.
No,
That
no,
makes
no,
okay.
no. Go ahead.
Advantage roll. So that would be 16 on the dice plus 2, so 18 to performance.
Nice.
Phenomenal. Yeah, please describe to me what this magical, phenomenal cooking is starting to look like.
So he blows out this big, this sort of big flame of I don't know, liquor and lightning,
Yeah.
I guess.
Not the rum.
Morrow sees the bottle.
It's the good stuff.
So to start off, he's doing like freshly baked sourdough breadsticks.
Phenomenal.
So that's going to come out with a seaweed salad with sesame oil, rice vinegar, and sesame seeds. And he would probably just quickly throw another shot of flame right over top of that, just to give those sesame seeds a bit of a pop. and he would chip in a little bit, like a little bit of shaving of crabmen right on the top of the seafood salad.
Fantastic.
Seafood salad.
Amazing. At the same time, your competitor across the way, there is whoops and shouts and awing and oohing and all of that. And at the same time, your competitor is across the way. I'd love you to roll me an investigation. Actually, I'm going to get it to be a perception because you're probably not focusing too much on your competitor.
Sorry, perception?
Yes.
Nat 20 on the dice.
You recognize the ingredients in front of him. He's a little bit slower than you. However, you know that this is not a timed portion so much as a performative portion. You recognize the item that he unwraps, his special item he brought, to be a kraken tentacle fillet. And you also recognize abyssal ink, which he is reducing, as well as tied fruit, some crystal fire salt, and some foam capped mushrooms. You actually recognize this to be one of his signature recipes. You've heard of it. He is currently attempting to reduce his abyssal ink. However, unfortunately, he burns it.
That's a smell. That's a smell you don't forget.
Way to play the classics.
A dark smoke starts to sort of emanate from his side of the square. What is next for cooking for Sue?
He's going to move on. He's actually going to blow another big flame into my competitors, into the black smoke that just came out, in order to kind of dispel some of the smoke, right? Just kind of help him out, and also a little bit of theatrics.
The theatrics succeed. I will not have you roll for that one. And he kind of gives you a bit of side eye. However, those of you in the audience would hear murmurs of, "Oh, so nice. Oh, what a good competitor. Oh, such good sportsmanship. You know, I've always said that about Sue."
He's the best.
So he'd give me the side eye, not side boob.
He side-eyed you.
Okay, all right.
You were across from him. You can't tell what the side boob looks like.
That was it.
Even with his cut off sleeves.
Keep an eye, but
I'll roll for that later. Okay, so moving on to the next part, and so this is when myself and Gilda, we came up with deep fried sushi. Okay,
Phenomenal.
So this is shredded coconut. We'll wrap it, and it'll get dunked into that. Over top of that, we're gonna mix in. So it'll be similar sushi. We'll put in crabmen. We'll put in whatever sort of a fish, a heartier fish, something like salmon, and then we're going to quickly deep fry it, and so wrapped in seaweed, and then we're going to put the coconut on, and then we're going to put fish roe on top. Again, we're going to hit that with a little bit of heat. It'll get deep fried with the coconut, then put the fish eggs on, and then just again a quick little hit with the theatrics, and then that'll go out to somebody's table.
Phenomenal. I'm going to get you to roll me a sleight of hand.
Sorry, in that it's going to get drizzled with my whiskey reserve.
Perfect. Please roll me a sleight of hand.
Am I able to cast magic at this point?
That would depend what for. You are always able to.
Well, before he rolls, I was hoping to.
Yeah,
sleight of hand is 19 on the dice plus 10.
Are you wanting to?
I mean, I was going to do it anyway if I was allowed to. But
you can certainly try.
Okay. I was going to walk over to him and give him some words of encouragement and cast Enhance Ability.
Please don't touch. Please. Hi, are you a bard? I got my eyes on you. Please step back. Thank you.
Are we not allowed to encourage our crewmates?
You're not allowed to cast spells. Thank you.
Sweet.
My mistake.
There are a lot of bards and such in this world. However, your role is phenomenal.
29.
29, yes. Yeah.
It's close.
You certainly didn't need the help.
Wow, Cap, you did such a good job.
Yes, well.
At this moment, your competitor appears to be attempting to sear the Kraken. And with a 3 on the dice, they're starting to get a little flustered. He turns sideways, side boob jiggling in the breeze. Just
Sounds
for
like
you.
me.
Yeah, he's getting flustered here.
What was he doing to the Kraken?
He was attempting to sear it.
Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit of the crabman. I'm gonna deep fry that and flop it over to his table. Sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand.
So 9 and 10 would be 19.
He accepts. It slides across the table, and he moves it in front of him and begins working on this, setting aside this kraken, and beginning to work with his new ingredient.
Cool.
Wonder how many men died to get that Kraken. He just tossed it to the side.
At not long after he finishes plating his own and steps back, hands up, and it is now time for the presentation and taste test.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Did you have more to do?
Oh well.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Serve with this would be sort of like my chilled shrimp bisque.
Okay.
And with a Chardonnay, like a white chilled Chardonnay.
Wonderful.
At the very end, just for dessert, is a chocolate sushi roll with raspberry.
Okay.
and an Italian espresso.
Oh, wonderful.
Nice.
Garnished with sunflower petals and saffron garnish.
Beautiful. He comes up. He comes up with his single dish and places it down. At the same time, you and Gilda and Finnan all approach with your dishes. This is a place where you are allowed some assistance. You lay out the dishes in front of the 3 judges, and they begin tasting. And unsurprisingly, they're quite delighted. They set yours aside and move on to your competitor. And as they do, he steps forward and he says, I would like to be honest. I did not cook all of this myself. I am a sham. I burned mine and Sue was kind enough to share his, and I would like to forfeit. The first judge, a lady with a very well done hairdo and beautiful dress, says, well, that's probably for the best. You would have lost anyway. And the crowd erupts in cheers as Sue wins this cooking contest.
Sue.
You turn to find the iron ladle holding out what is known as the Whispering Yanagiba knife. I will send you the stats and everything, but for the benefit of this, it is a dagger, rare, and requires attunement. It is modeled around a Yanagiba knife, traditionally used in sushi preparation. Its razor-sharp edge gleams with a faint silvery light, and when drawn, it emits a faint melodic hum like the whisper of an ocean. It's finesse, and it has versatile cutting, so it can be used as a dagger, but it adds a +1 to attack and damage rolls. In addition to that, it has something called a unique ability called Sushi Mastery. When you deal sneak attack damage to a creature, you can choose to roll 1 additional sneak attack die, and when you do, you can choose to fillet a status effect from the target. On a successful hit, they must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or lose any 1 resistance or immunity to a non-magical or elemental weapon effect.
Ooh.
I will send you all that.
Maybe.
Awesome.
And +10 on Crabmen.
+10 to Crabman.
Sue would invite him to sit down, him and his chefs to sit down, and he would prepare exactly what he made for everybody, for the judges, and also he would make that for his crew, and also for Gilda and my sous chefs.
Fantastic. You do, and there is much rejoicing and partying that evening and afternoon and night, and much alcohol. And towards the end, Archie approaches Morrow and says, all right, so can I have that dinner then, or do you want to go talk to Blackthorn?
Let's do the dinner first. You may be excited to hear that Thal was quite encouraged by your offer.
Oh, was she? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice. Yeah. Roll me an insight.
12, I think plus 3, so let's call it 15.
He is absolutely chuffed.
Awesome.
Yeah. Fantastic. Do you decide to have the dinner on the ship, or do you decide to have it here in the market?
I think because of like this massive success, I might ask him instead.
I know our agreement was to be on the ship, but with such a celebration, it would feel like a shame to not partake.
All right. Yeah, happy to be here. Yeah, I'll just be over there then if you need me. And he heads over to Thal.
Nice.
Yeah. Darvin, roll me a...
Patience check.
Anger check.
What was Darvin doing
management.
before this?
Well, before this, I was totally distracted by Anna, just like looking over, giving her little waves and stuff like that. But I'm like doing this like gesturing, like come over and talk, and all of a sudden I see this like Archie walk by. I'm like, what the fuck?
Fantastic.
So I have clocked him, but I'm not saying anything. I'm in two worlds right now.
Fair enough. Roll me an investigation.
Okay. 10.
10. At some point you lose sight of Archie. However, throughout the evening, you keep catching sight of him again as the dancing begins, and you see Thal sort of keeps beckoning him over to join the dancing, and he goes, no, and after a couple of drinks, you see him out there as well. And yeah, for a moment...
Wait, this was dinner and dancing?
It's a celebration. There is very much a festival type environment happening in this marketplace. Many drinks are sent to Sue, much celebration, and despite the fact that he did not do well, it doesn't seem to have damaged your competitor's reputation too much either. People were there for a good tournament and they got one. But yes, there is dancing for sure, and Thal is beaming, and a couple of times you kind of get lost in your conversation, make-out sesh with Anna.
Couple of cartwheels for sure. And occasionally
a happy breeze tries to blow your hat over, and you look over and often see Thal just having a good time. Night falls and the party continues, and slowly things start to wrap up. What is the plan? Darvin takes Anna back to the ship.
Morrow would, it's late in the evening, he would have no intentions of talking to Blackthorn this late, so he would retire to the ship as well. Yeah. After, I think he would like pull up a seat. He's had a couple drinks, but he's not going crazy. He's keeping an eye on the Thal and Archie situation. Should Archie try to make a gesture not within our agreement, Morrow would interrupt that and be like, that wasn't part of the deal.
And at one point you see while they're dancing, he pulls her a little too close and his hand slides a little too low, and he makes eye contact and he immediately withdraws.
I have to go.
But it is all things fairly tame, and for just a few moments, those of you who are paying attention to Archie, he seems like a late teen who's having a good time. Just,
awesome.
Yeah, he loses that sort of weight that's about him. Night falls and you'll make your way to your various beds, I would assume. Sue, anything else that you would like to do?
I would just like to thank the other chef and, just tell him don't be too discouraged, right? Shit happens all the time.
He says, I will be back to challenge you again.
Can't wait.
Well, maybe not soon.
Yeah, he'll just give him a big hug and just, kiss on the cheek and away he goes.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Roll me a perception.
9 and 6, so 15.
As you make your way back to the ship, you pass by an alley, and out of the corner of your eye, you see a crate pushed into the middle of the alley with a buxom dwarf standing on it with a drow pushed up against the wall. And I will leave that. I will leave that for you to do with as you will. But yes, anything else anyone wanted to do before we are back at the ship?
Sorry, I'm seeing Gilda and
Zarek.
Zarek.
pushed up against what?
A wall.
They're making out in the
They're
alley.
making out
In the alley.
in the alley.
Not in the kitchen.
Not in the kitchen.
Not in the kitchen.
Okay, cool.
In an alley.
True to their
Just
word.
off of the competition area.
Yeah, flour.
Sue will roll a coin down the alleyway, like a gold coin.
Yeah.
And just say, "Get a room."
Zarek doesn't stop making out. His foot lands on the coin and he flips you off.
Perfect. Awesome.
Fantastic. Anything anyone else was up to?
I mean, I'm busy.
Yeah. Darvin's busy. Wonderful. Everyone else makes their way back to their rooms. Warbles, when you make your way back to your room, you place your so sorry, what
Concertina?
is it called? Concertina. I kept wanting to call it cantina. Concertina down on the little table in there. And as you turn towards your box, you see something else beside it.
Oh. Warbles will pick it up and...
There is a cloth wrapped around it. And as you unwrap the cloth, you find in it a very familiar, though very much aged, concertina.
Oh, that was... He just like immediately drops the old or the new one. Just like, I was wondering, and just again looks around, see if he can see any.
Roll me an investigation.
That's a 9.
9. You do not. What do you see? You don't see anyone around. You don't see any evidence of who was here. However, a piece of paper fell from the cloth as you unwrapped it, and it now lies on the ground.
All right, Warbles will pick it up, take a peek, see.
In the writing, or in a hastily written note, it says, "Those of us that mattered didn't stop looking for you." And that is where we will end today's session.
Those vampires.
Warble's got a stalker.